Yo, what's going on Twitch? Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Welcome to another Legendary Tabletop live stream today. I'm hype. I'm ready. Today we're going to be streaming Wingspan with all the expansions. We're going to be using Nectar. We have the Nectar board set up here. We're going to be playing solo, of course, against the Automa. So, probably on the hardest difficulty. That's normally how we play. I was thinking about using the duet board. I still really don't understand how the duet board mixes with the Nectar, so we have a bit to figure that out with. But yeah. Let's get it going. So we got the board set up here. I feel like I'm missing some setup, some parts, some stuff, but that's probably just because of all the other games we've been playing. Once in a while, you gotta get back to the Wingspan, man. It's just a simple, fun, easy, cozy game, if you know what I'm saying. So we've got all the expansions mixed in, which means we have a lot of end of round goals to shuffle together, mix these up. I wonder, like, do we just put them in a bag and draw from them, or what do we do? Like, how do we choose these end of round goals? We might be able to get 1 or 2 games in today too, by the way. We'll see how things go. But yeah, I'm excited to play some more Wingspan. Man, it's been a while, right? We have been on a serious final girl streak. We are streaming to YouTube too as well. For like the second time ever. Maybe the third. Last time I streamed to YouTube, I forgot to pull up the chat, so I don't even know if anyone was talking to me or whatever. So but yeah, we got these mixed up. How do we draw these randomly? Let's just pull them like just random as shit. Ready? Let's just pull one. Brown powers. Round 1 goal. Brown powers. Fine with me. Here are the goals a little zoomed in here, bud. So round 1 goal. Brown powers. Round 2, let's pull another one randomly. I'm not looking. Cubes on play a bird is interesting. Round 3. Beak pointing right is also interesting. 2 Oceania, 1 European. European. Alright. Birds in the wetlands. Round 4. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about those end of round goals? Huh? I want to check one thing real quick. Like, how do we add this? What is it called? It's a filter, no? Noise suppression. Expander, compressor. Compressor's the one, baby. There she goes. I don't know how that works. I'm pretty bad with this stuff. But yeah, these are the end of round goals. So we have brown powers for round 1. Okay, we're going to be playing solo against the Automa today. Round 1 goal, brown powers. Round 2 goal, cubes on play a bird. Round 3 goal, beak pointing right. That's birds played that have a beak pointing right. That might have been left, but you know what I mean. Round 4, birds in the wetlands. So the wetlands on our player board is down here. Okay. So the next thing, we have everything shuffled up. We're good to go, right? I got plenty of space down here. I don't know what's showing on camera. Oh, this fucking cord. Dude. You never can get all the cords out of the way, can you? That's better. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to deal 3 out in the tray first. I think that's how it works. Again, I'm not 100% sure. We've been playing a lot of Wingspan though. I mean in the past. I think we should be in the other category though. Can you change your category on Twitch? Okay, we just switched to the Wingspan category. I forgot there was a Wingspan category, if I'm honest. So, we're going to flip the first 3 birds. We're going to put these birds in the tray. These are going to be available to draw. First bird in the tray. American crow. Decent bird. Omnivore. Okay. Goes in all 3 habitats. It's like a mini raven. You can discard an egg to get a food from the supply. Oh my god, I knew I was missing some parts, so we don't even have the food out yet. Give me 1 second. Let's pull these 3 birds. We have your Eurasian tree sparrow. Red-winged parrot. Okay, give me a second here. So we got our food now. Our food and our eggs from the old nesting box. Yo, nesting box is fucking tits. If you don't have it and you're thinking about getting it, I would. Can't wait for those future expansions though. I mean, who else, right? All right. So we have in the tray, we have American crow, Eurasian tree sparrow, and red-winged parrot. Your American crow looks like our best bet there, although red-winged parrot, that's not an ability I'm too familiar with. When activated, gain a nectar from your supply. If the player... Sorry, give it to... Hold on. Gain a nectar from your supply. Oh, give a nectar. I can't read. Give a nectar from your supply to another player. If you do, lay 2 eggs on this bird, or gain 2 from the bird feeder. Okay, that seems like it could be pretty good. You could be laying eggs in the forest, which is always good. We got the Wingspan sweatshirt on. I mean, I'm set. Like, we're ready to go. What else do we do? We're going to draw an opening hand. Apologize for that. We're going to draw an opening hand of 5 cards, okay? And we can keep as many of those birds as we want. However many birds we keep is 1 less food for us. Oh, we do start with a nectar, though. I knew we were missing some setup. So we start with a nectar. We also need to give the Automa starting nectar based on our difficulty. So let's kind of look at the Automa here real quick. This is the zone for the Automa, if you will. They're going to accumulate spent nectar, same as us, but they start with some, and we don't. And then at the end of each round, we'll flip one of their Automa cards, and we'll adjust their spent nectar for each habitat. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the hardest difficulty is what we start on. What do you guys think? First game back in a while, we start on hardest difficulty or what? Or do we just go all in? We add the Automa Society card and everything. So 5 spent nectar in each habitat for the Automa. That is hard to compete with. It feels... It doesn't seem super fair, but we'll do that. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is draw 5 bird cards, okay? So we get 5 from the top of the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bird cards. Let's see what we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our starting 5 birds or our opening hand is Greater Adjutant, Indian Peafowl, Dark-Eyed Junco, Common Kingfisher, and Red-Winged Blackbird. Okay, before we make any decisions, we need to draw 2 bonus cards as well. Let's get those bonus cards going. So we get 2 bonus cards. Pull those from the top of the deck. Oh, wait, before we do that, let me put them right back. Nobody saw that shit. All right, ready? So we're going to give one bonus card first to the Automa. I always forget this for some reason. Bird Bander. Birds that can live in multiple habitats. That's a pretty bad one. It's 31% of cards, probably 35 with Asia. So it's just, the Automa is going to be taking birds from the tray that can live in multiple habitats. And it doesn't have to be all 3. It can just be 1 or 2. But as long as it can live in one, or as long as it can live in 2, at least 2 habitats, the Automa is going to take that, I think. All right, so now that we've given the Automa a bonus card, we can draw 2 for ourselves. So we're going to get Photographer from the base game. I swear this one gets replaced, but I haven't done it yet. They are all in here, though. Here's the replaced Anatomist card. Okay, so here's our options for the opening hand. We have Greater Adjutant, Indian Peafowl, Dark-Eyed Junco, Common Kingfisher, and Red-Winged Blackbird. What are we thinking here, folks? I like Red-Winged Blackbird. We tuck, we lay an egg in the wetlands. I also like Junco. We tuck a card, we get a wheat. We need to be able to feed the Junco, though. So we would need a solid wetlands, right? Indian Peafowl's big. It's interesting, right? 7 points. Costs 3 food, goes in all 3 habitats. All players draw 2 cards from the deck. You draw an additional card. And that brings up another point that I want to talk about is we are playing with the Automa's Horde. So I'm going to pull this card in real quick so everyone can see. When you play with the Automa's Horde, from your brown and white powers only, the Automa will gain something. Okay, so it simulates another player getting something from you. So we have each card is going to give them 2 cash tokens, and every 3 cash tokens will convert to 1 point. If that makes sense. It all depends on the difficulty you're playing on. If you're playing on easy, every 5 tokens converts to a point. Normal, every 4 tokens converts to a point. And on hard difficulty, every 3 cash tokens will convert to 1 point. So we'll keep that off to the side as a little reminder. And it is something to think about with that Indian Peafowl. If we're going to be giving off, what do they get? 2 cards. That's already 4 cash tokens. That's already a point right off jump. We're just giving the Automa another point. Do we like that? No. And then there's the bonus cards. So we have Photographer and Anatomist. I mean, Photographer, birds with colors in their names. Anatomist, birds with body parts in their names. I mean, this is going to be 50% of the birds if we were able to keep both. Anatomist is easier to hit. 2 to 3 birds get you 3 points. Photographer, 4 to 5 birds get you 3 points. So I think it's an easy, simple choice. We stick with Anatomist. We discard Photographer right off the bat. Goes in the discard pile. Now, we're going to want to keep birds with body parts in their name. So body parts, we have eyed Junco. We have winged blackbird, right? Fair enough. So that looks like a good start. Now, the next thing we want to think about is getting our wetlands, our grasslands, and our forest habitats started off with at least 1 bird because it really bumps up that engine. You know, you put 1 bird in the forest, you're going to be getting an extra food. You put 1 bird in the grasslands, you're going to be getting an extra egg. You put a bird in the wetlands, you're getting an extra card. So, something to think about. So if we're keeping those two, right? So we have dark-eyed junco so far. We have red-winged blackbird. If we pick a third bird, would it be common kingfisher or Indian peafowl? There's also greater adjutant. It's a game end ability to copy one bonus card of the player on your left as if it were your own bonus card. Now, we don't have a player to our left. We would simply just flip a bonus card, I think, at the end of the game. We don't copy Bird Bander because it wouldn't be public knowledge. That makes sense now. Okay, I like it. We may have to go Indian peafowl here. We won't be able to play it, though. If keeping 3 birds only allows you 2 food, right? So, for instance, if we kept all 5, we would get no food. We would just start with 1 nectar. What are we thinking here, man? I really like American Crow instead of dark-eyed junco. But if we're going with Anatomist, we already have red-winged blackbird, dark-eyed junco. As long as we play those 2, we're getting the 3 points for them. Indian peafowl is going to give us 3 cards. And the Automa 1 point. We could not take peafowl, right? It is a bit expensive. I mean, we're talking 3 food. But it seems all right for the 7 points, doesn't it? I mean, 7 points is good. The other option is we just keep red-winged blackbird. We keep dark-eyed junco. We play blackbird. We draw cards. We take a card from the deck. We tuck it behind blackbird. Second card we take is American Crow. I kind of like American Crow. We're getting a lot of food from our grasslands if we pick up American Crow. We may just skip out on this peafowl. That could be a mistake, though. It gives us 3 cards, and we need the cards to supply that junco, right? Because we're never really going to be drawing more than 3 cards unless we take eggs off the blackbird once we have 2 birds. Yeah, I think we keep peafowl here. I think I just answered my own question. We're talking Wingspan strategy here, dude. Come on, man. Where are my Wingspan fans at? I mean, we're out here getting it. Yeah, I don't really care for the adjutant. 3 food for 4 points. Same with Kingfisher. 3 food for 4 points. I think we stick with that. So in that case, if we're keeping these 3 birds, we only get 2 food because we're discarding 2 birds. So we discard adjutant, common, kingfisher, and whatever that bonus card was. Now we get the choice of 2 food. This is our starting hand. So we have Anatomist as our bonus card. We have Indian peafowl, dark-eyed junco, and red-winged blackbird in the hand. It's looking good. I'm not going to lie. So round 1, we have brown powers. If we can get the blackbird and the junco down, that's already 2 brown powers. We know we'll at least qualify for it, right? What 2 food do we want to have, right? So we have a nectar. It's obviously going to be worm wheat, isn't it? I think we take worm wheat. Bird feeder, that is one thing I forgot. This is the state of the bird feeder at the start of the game. So we have 3 nectar, 2 wheat, a cherry, and 2 fish. Okay. So yeah, our starting food's definitely going to be worm wheat. So then we start out with a worm wheat and a nectar. Turn 1. We always go first against the Automa. So turn 1, what we do is we could drop P-Foul right now. P-Foul would be big. Oh, I don't know though. I'm sort of thinking turn 1 we pick up American Crow. Is that a waste of a turn? Or we play P-Foul. We get 2 cards from the deck, and then when it says you draw an additional card, does it mean from the deck? Oh, that's a good rules question. Might actually look that up. Yeah, we're not sure on that. It just says all players draw 2 cards from the deck. You draw an additional card. I would assume that the additional card comes from anywhere, right? Because it doesn't say additional card from the deck, right? I can't believe we're already running into a rules question, turn 1. We could just draw the card, not play the P-Foul. Then we drop Crow, Blackbird, lay eggs, get food for the Red Wing or the Dark-Eyed Junco, right? Let's do this. We'll play it safe because there is the chance that the Automa will discard all 3 cards from the deck right off the bat. So what I want to do is turn 1, we take our cube. Now, we can spend a nectar here. We don't have any eggs, obviously, yet because we have no birds. But turn 1, we draw 1 card. Okay, now this can be from the deck or from the tray. We're going to take it from the tray, so we take the American Crow. Now that's our full turn. We took 1 card, okay? Put our cube there to show that we've drawn some bird cards. We're going to refill the tray now. Clark's Nutcracker comes out. So when activated, gain a wheat from the bird feeder if available. You may cash it on this bird. Okay. Now we're going to take the Automa, the first turn for the Automa. So the way this works, if you've never played solo against the Automa, this is the Automa's little section here. So they have a bonus card of their own, says Bird Bander, and it's birds that can live in multiple habitats. Now they're going to be taking those birds from the tray when we see a certain bird symbol. So we're going to flip their card. We're going to line it up with the current round, which is round 1. And we can see that they're going to be taking food from the bird feeder. Now, they don't actually gain resources or anything. It just takes it away from us. So we find that first food that's in the bird feeder, and the Automa will take all of that food. So there are no rats in the bird feeder, but there are 2 fish. So we have 2 fish in the bird feeder. They come out. And then the last thing on the Automa card is activate all pink powers, but we don't have any pink powers. We haven't even played a bird yet, so that's the end of the Automa's first turn. So we've got some options now. We drew one bird card turn 1. So turn 2, sort of thinking we play a red-winged blackbird. Yeah, let's drop that. So let's play a bird. So to play a bird, there's technically 4 actions on the board here that you can do. You can do gain food, lay eggs, draw bird cards, but you can also play a bird. So you put your cube up here in the column that you're playing the bird in. And we're going to play the red-winged blackbird into the wetlands. Now, we have the food cost that we have to pay is going to be 1 wheat. So we do have a wheat here, so we'll pay the wheat. And then in this first column, it doesn't cost any eggs to play bird. Okay, that was our second turn. We played a bird. We paid the wheat. We moved this over. And then we flip another Automa card. Okay, Automa turn 2. Nice and easy. They're just going to lay 1 egg. So we'll give them a little egg supply over here. We'll just do it right here. Everyone can see that? Good enough, yeah? Alright, what are we doing third action? We have a worm and a nectar left. Options are American Crow, Dark-Eyed Junco, or draw bird cards. I think we go crow. So we play another bird. We're playing the American Crow into the grasslands. Now again, in this first column, it doesn't cost any eggs, but you can also pay with any food because the American Crow is an omnivore. So the 2 food we have are a nectar and a worm. I think I'm going to save my nectar and pay with a worm. Okay, Automa turn 3. Let's see what they're doing. Playing birds. Alright, this is where the bonus card is going to come into play. So we have the picture of playing a birds, right? So then we'll take any and all birds from the tray that can live in multiple habitats. So that's going to be, if we look at the tray, they're going to take both of these out. Now they only keep 1, right? They keep the highest point value face up, and this one gets discarded. So we have 2 new birds coming out in the tray. Automa just got 6 points. It's kind of fucked. So we flip. 2 new birds in the tray. We have Willy Wagtail. That's actually a good bird. It can go in the forest and draw you more cards, which is, I think that's why it's good. But we'll see. It says draw 1 face-up card from the tray with a bowl or a wild nest. You may reset or refill the tray before doing so. Could be good. Could be good. Oh, and then we have California quail. In combination, these 2 birds would be wild, right? In the forest. I mean, you're laying eggs, you're drawing cards, and you're getting food. Like, what's happening there? I mean, that's pretty good. We may think about taking that. We may think about taking both of those, but then we would have to tuck something that's already in our hand. Willy Wagtail does have a body part in its name, so we could tuck Junco or Indian Peafowl. What are we thinking? Would you guys tuck Indian Peafowl? It's a 7-point bird. Gives us 3 cards. I don't know. The only reason we're keeping Dark-Eyed Junco at right now is because it's got the word I in it. And that's a body part. So that gives us the the lower threshold of anatomist. So far, we're doing all right. If we get Junko down, we're getting 3 brown powers. I don't know that the Automa will be able to keep up with that. So they get like a base value that they start with, and then each cube that ends up on the end of round goal. Wait, they have not put any cubes yet, right? No. Each cube that they end up getting on the end of round or from their deck will accumulate to their... You'll see what I mean. The fuck am I saying? All right, so we have to take our 4th action here. We have Dark Eye, Junko, and Indian Peafowl. Well, we can't play a bird. We don't have the food, right? We could lay 2 eggs. And then discard an egg to get a nectar. And then play Junko. That would be 2 of our turns. And then we would have 3 turns left. Do we want Junko in the forest, though? I kind of want to draw cards, tuck the Peafowl, take California Quail, Willy Wagtail, maybe tuck Junko? Decisions, man. If I was playing online against somebody at this rate, they would be so mad, probably. How slow I take my turns. So if we draw cards, we get 2, right? We would want both Willy Wagtail. California Quail can hold 6 eggs. I mean, let's do it. Let's try it, right? The question is, do we want to tuck Dark Eye Junko? I think the Quail's too good, right? Maybe we leave Willy Wagtail. The only issue is that it'll get picked up from Bird Bander, right? We could leave it in there as a 2-point bird for Bird Bander. That would be good if they picked it up for 2. It's better than the 5 that they get for a face down, right? All right, well, we've already decided we're drawing bird cards. So what 2 bird cards do we want? Let's take the Quail. We get 1 more. I say we take from the top of the deck, so if we don't like the bird, we can tuck it. If we do like the bird, we tuck Peafowl or Junko. Another decision to be made. Let's take from the top of the deck. We get Australian Shoveler. When activated, choose one other player. You both draw a card from the deck. Okay, I think that answers our question. We tuck our Shoveler. And we lay an egg on Blackbird. All right, we've drawn bird cards twice. We've played 2 birds. Let's flip for the Automa next. All right, they're going to play another bird. So we need to refill the tray first. But they're going to be taking any and all birds that can live in multiple habitats. So they are going to get that Willy Wagtail, unfortunately. I'm still happy we got the Quail. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine with that. So they pulled a play birds symbol. They're going to take any and all birds that can live in multiple habitats. They get that face up for 2 points. So they've got 8 points in face up bird cards already. Let's refill the tray. That's the end of the Automa's turn. We have the Royal Spoonbill coming out. Royal Spoonbill is, when activated, draw 1 face-up card with a platform or wild nest. You may reset or refill the tray before doing so. How do we feel about that? We don't really care about that, right? So let's take... I mean, if we lay eggs here twice and get nectar, we can play our California Quail, which will give us a 3rd brown power. And we'll have a bird in each habitat by the end of the round. I'm happy with that. So let's lay 2 eggs. lay eggs, you just take eggs from the supply, you lay them on birds. So we go 1. Let's put 2. Let's put 1 on the blackbird, and then we activate our American crow, and we discard an egg from any of our other birds. So it can't be from the crow. So we discard from the blackbird, and we get any food from the supply. So we take a nectar. Okay, that was our 5th turn. So then we take a 5th turn for the Automa. We flip a card. Okay, this symbol. This is the first time this symbol has come up along with the cube. So they're going to gain a cube towards the end of round goal, first and foremost. Whoops. So however many brown powers they start with, they just added 1. So if they start with 1 brown power, they now have 2. Okay, back to the Automa. We have this symbol, which means discard all 3 birds from the card from the tray. So we're going to do that now. So these 3 birds are gone. They get a face down card for 5 points. And we refill the tray. Common Chiff-Chaff is big. Where are my full tucks out there? We all know about the Chiff-Chaff, right? Then we have the Snowy Egret. Snowy Egret's good. 4 points for 1 food. It's a predator bird. Goes in the wetlands. So we're going to take our 6th action here. I think we've already decided what we're doing for the rest of the round. So we're going to lay 2 eggs. Again, we'll put 1 on the blackbird, 1 on the crow. We'll activate the crow. We discard an egg from any of our other birds. We get our 3rd nectar. And then with 2 turns remaining, we got to decide what to do with our last turn, right? What's the Automa doing? Let's see. All right, they're taking food again. And then if you can see, this has a cube on it as well. So they're going to get another brown power towards that end of round goal. That's trouble, right? So they're now up to possibly 3. We don't know what they start with. We haven't checked. We could check. I don't think it's against the rules to check, but we don't know. So we're going to look at the feeder. So it's rat first, then fish, then cherry. So there is 1 cherry nectar. So if we look at the feeder, this is the first cherry. So they take that cherry nectar. They've gained their action cube. End of their turn. Okay? So we're taking our 7th turn now. We're playing the quail. So we play another bird. This one goes in the forest. So it costs a worm and 2 wheat. So we have 3 wild food here. So the nectar, all spent nectar goes in your spent nectar wherever you spent it. So we spent 3 nectar there. Costs no eggs. Nice and easy. Moving on to the Automa's 7th turn. Let's see what they're doing. Laying an egg and getting another action cube. That's kind of bullshit. So now they have 3 cubes stacked on that end of round goal. We might be in trouble here, depending on how many they start with. So they gain an action cube towards the end of round goal. They have 3 now, which is kind of crazy. And they also lay an egg. Let's give them an egg. We're going to keep the pile of eggs over here. Hopefully I don't burn myself on the candle. We have 1 action remaining in round 1. If we take food and we take those 2 nectar that are remaining, we have to discard them at the end of the round. We could take 2 wheat. We could draw cards. If we take the 2 wheat, we get to keep it. I think we hold off on the food situation. Let's draw maybe Chiff-Chaff. What do you guys think about Chiff-Chaff? Is Chiff-Chaff still in the running? Like, Is it too early, too late for a full tuck right now? We have red-winged blackbird and chiffchaff in the tray. We could take egret. We go chiffchaff, egret, peafowl, draw 3, tuck 3, tuck another 1. That doesn't really add up, right? We could tuck 2 and then save that last one for the blackbird. We don't know. Do we like egret? The cormorant crested is an anatomy part, right? Yes, crest is an anatomy part. Do we care about it only being 3 points for 2 food with a shitty brown power, right? So discard a fish to tuck 2 cards from the deck behind this bird. I mean, I guess that's pretty good. If we had like an osprey in front of it, that would be decent, right? We could just draw from the deck, draw blind. We are going to draw cards, though, on our last turn, I think. So we still have space on our blackbird. We draw 2 bird cards, right? What do we think about that chiffchaff, man? I think we have to take chiffchaff. We take chiffchaff. Do we take one from the deck here? Let's take one from the deck. Okay. Card we get from the deck is the Karuru, if I'm saying it properly. When activated, if the player to your left has a nectar in their personal supply, gain a nectar from the general supply. So for us, the way that would work against the Automa, if they have a cube on the end of round goal. I think we're going to tuck that bird, though. So we've picked up both chiffchaff and Karuru. We're going to activate our red-winged blackbird where we tuck a card from our hand and then we lay an egg. And that's our last turn. That's our last turn for round 1. Okay. So we're going to flip for Automa here. This is their final turn. Then we do 2 flips to adjust the spent nectar. So again, they're playing birds. Best part about this is that they're losing an action cube toward the end of round goal. So that puts us in the running. So let's resolve their thing first. So they're going to play a bird. They want birds that can live in multiple habitats, right? So if we look at the tray, we have no birds that can live in multiple habitats. So in that situation, they take a face down card for 5 points. Tray remains the same. And then, like I said, best part about this is that they're removing an action cube from the end of round goal here. So we love that. Because it puts them down to, we don't know what they start with. We should definitely check what they start with, huh? So we'll get the European end of round goals. Here, we're going to look for the card that says round 1. So round 1 is here. Brown powers is here. They start with no brown power birds. So that's really good news. That puts us ahead on the end of round goal. So we have won that end of round goal, which is good news. Good news. Last thing we're going to do for Automa before we do the end of round stuff, we're going to flip 2 spent nectar cards to adjust their spent nectar. So we flip 1, we flip 2, and we actually lay these sideways like this. And then each X cube is going to remove a nectar, and then each regular cube is going to gain a nectar. So they lose a nectar in the forest, and they gain one in the grasslands. So that's how we adjust the spent nectar for the Automa. Okay, now we can take the Automa's deck. They have a card in here that says remove after round 1. We take that out. We flip the round tracker over to round 2. We shuffle the Automa deck. And we decided not to add the Automa Society card today. At least not for the first game, while we're getting back into the swing of things. Okay, we shuffle the Automa deck a little bit. We pulled the round 1 card out. We flipped the round tracker to round 2. We won the end of round goal, so they did qualify, so they're going to get second place. They get 1 point. We take one of our action cubes, we go in first place. We return the action cubes. Reset the tray. 3 new birds coming out. We have rock pigeon. We don't care about rock pigeon. We have brogla. Don't think we care about that. And then we have rosy starling. Rosy starling's a very interesting bird. If you look at the brown power or ability, whatever it is, when activated, tuck up to 3 cards from your hand behind this bird. If you tuck at least 1, you gain a worm from the supply. So huge ability. I mean, being able to tuck 3 cards is big. We're still looking at a possible full tuck here. Along with common chiffchaff and red-winged blackbird. We're going to have to math this out. We could do starling. See, starling just eats cards, though, doesn't it? So you draw 3, tuck 3, and then you're left with none for chiffchaff, right? So they don't really help towards full tucks. I don't know. Someone else will have to answer that. Okay, we're moving on to round 2. This is action 1, round 2. So we have 7 turns this round. Yeah, I guess we kind of have to decide, do we want that rosy starling? I mean, what do we think? How do we feel about that rosy starling in the tray? We just avoid it at all costs. We have the chiffchaff. We have the junco. I think we should take food while we can, right? So let's take 2 food from the bird feeder. So we're going to do a gain food action up here. We get 2 food from the bird feeder. There's 2 nectar left. So we take the 2 nectar. Reset the feeder. Okay. We've gotten our 2 food. Move on to the quail. We lay an egg on this bird. Automa takes their first turn, round 2. They're playing birds, so they are going to get that rosy starling face up for 4 points. So we take that out of the tray. Again, birds that can live in multiple habitats, they take that face up. Then we reset the tray. Blue grosbeak comes up. That's a migratory bird. How do we feel about junco? Again, we don't have the cards. We could go junco, food. Let's math these turns out real quick. So we could do junco, food, peafowl, eggs, and then we would have 2 cubes on play a bird. Thoughts on that? The round 2 goal is going to be cubes on play a bird. So if you do a double play, it still only counts as 1, I believe, unfortunately. Oh, well, something else I didn't think about. If we play junco turn 1, let's do this. This is a better play. Ready? Let's play junco turn 1. We play it in our grasslands. Now, this is the first time it's going to cost us an egg to play a bird. So we'll take it from... Oh. Let's take it from the blackbird. Okay, so we paid our egg. Now we have to pay the 2 food costs, so we pay 2 nectar. The spent nectar goes in the spent nectar in the grasslands where you played the bird. So we played that bird. Okay, we take a turn for the Automa. All right, they're taking food from the bird feeder again. So, and the worst thing on here is that they're gaining an action cube towards the end of the round goal. So first, we'll give them an action cube towards the end of round goal. And we probably should check this. This is cubes on play a bird. So let's see what they start with for round 2. We'll take this round 2 card here. If we look at cubes on play a bird, they start with 1, and each cube will be +1. So they have 2 cubes on play a bird already. Seems kind of hard to do with when they've only taken 1 action, but it is what it is. What it is. Okay, back to the Automa's turn. Again, they're just removing food from the bird feeder. So we go to the bird feeder. There is a cherry. So cherry was the first thing on the list, so the cherry nectar actually comes out. And then we can take our turn now. All right, so we have Indian peafowl, common chiff chaff. Nothing in the tray too interesting. My new plan was to sort of lay eggs to get the food. But it's like, again, to play what? I mean, peafowl is going to be our next big one, right? Because that's going to give us 3 cards to tuck behind Junko, but we would have to tuck chiff chaff now. Thoughts on tucking chiff chaff? I don't know. We could draw cards first. Don't we have an extra turn, didn't I say? Let's see how many turns we have. 1. We have 5 turns left. If we lay eggs first, we get a wheat and a nectar. We lay eggs again. Wait, is laying eggs better than taking food at this point? Because we get 2 eggs, a point, and 2 food. Or 1 egg, a point, and 2 food. And then up here we get 2 food and an egg. So it's kind of the same, right? I mean, we're getting the same thing if we lay eggs. I mean, most I could see us getting is 2 eggs on play, or 2 cubes on play a bird. So if we're doing 2 cubes on play a bird, we would lay eggs twice. We would get 2 wheat or 1 wheat. Let's see. So we've already played a bird, right? So that's 1. We lay eggs this turn. We get a wheat and a nectar, but we don't have to tuck. Let's draw cards first so that we have something to tuck, right? So we don't care about anything in the tray right now. So instead of laying eggs, we draw 2 cards from the deck. So we pull red-shouldered hawk. Shouldered's big. Painted bunting is also big. This is going to give us 2 bonus cards, and we keep 1. And then red-shouldered hawk goes with our bonus card, which is anatomist, and it's a predator. 3 points for a single food. Look at a card from the deck. If it's less than 75 centimeters, tuck it behind this bird. If not, discard it. We like that. So then we definitely tuck chiff chaff, right? So we're going to go ahead and activate our blackbird. We tuck common chiff chaff. Bunch of full tuck people crying in the chat right now. And then we lay an egg on the blackbird. I don't know why I put that back in there. That goes there. So we've taken 3 turns. Let's take a 3rd action for the Automa. Okay, again, they're going to remove food from the bird feeder in that order. So starting with a cherry and then rat. So there is a rat. They take this rat, and then the next thing on their card says, activate all pink powers. We don't have any pink powers on our board at the moment. We have all brown powers, so that does absolutely nothing, and then it's back to our turn. Okay, I think we're safe to start laying eggs. So we're going to lay 2 eggs here. We have the option to discard a food or a card for a 3rd egg. We're not going to do it, though. And we'll start filling up. Put 1 on the Junko. It's not a very egg-heavy game because of the end of round goals. We don't have any egg-demanding goals. Oh, I didn't really think about this. We do have to tuck something from our hand to get the wheat. bit of a conundrum here. We could tuck red-shouldered hawk, but I feel like that's an easy 3 points if we play that and one more bird. With a body part in its name. We don't want to tuck peafowl. We don't want to tuck shouldered hawk. We could skip. Oh. A bit of an issue here, huh? Maybe we don't lay eggs this turn. So we put one on the quail, one on the... Yeah, instead of laying eggs, I think we take food, right? That would make more sense. Because then we don't have to tuck a bird, yeah? So let's gain 2 food. We take a wheat and a nectar. So we could play peafowl, right? So we take wheat, nectar. We activate our quail. We lay an egg on this bird. All right, that was our 4th action. We go to the Automa. They're going to take another action. We flip a card for them. They're going to lay 2 eggs and gain a cube towards the end of round goal. So I don't think we have a shot at winning this end of round goal at this point. They're ahead by 1, giving them 3 cubes on play a bird. So that's kind of hard to compete with. And they also lay 2 eggs. So we'll have to give them 2 eggs in their little egg pile over here. All right, so we don't have the food for... I think we have to draw cards. Hear me out. We have 3 turns left. We draw cards. We need a card that we can tuck behind Junko to get that wheat. So if we draw cards, that's 1 turn. We lay eggs. That's a 2nd turn. Final turn, we play peafowl. It gives us 2 on play a bird, which is probably the most we're going to be able to do. But it also gives us 3 cards, which is some tucking fodder for following turns. I mean, that's kind of my plan right now. I really don't want to tuck red-shouldered hawk again because it goes with anatomist. So we're going to draw cards again. We draw 2 bird cards. We take them from the top of the deck. We end up getting olive-backed sunbird, which is important. The backed goes with anatomist. Oh, and the galah. The galah is huge. What do you guys know about the galah? Crazy when activated ability. This bird goes in the forest or the grasslands. It says choose one other player. They reset the bird feeder and gain a wheat if there is one. You tuck 2 cards from the deck behind this bird. Bam! That's what I'm talking about. Galah's huge. Okay, so olive-backed sunbird and red-shouldered hawk are definitely playing. And then we have galah. So what do we want to tuck? I mean, it's getting a little ridiculous. Is it not? I mean, we want to play all these birds. We don't want to tuck any of them. Do we skip blackbird right now? If I was going to tuck one, it would be the olive-backed sunbird, I believe. Each player may roll a die and gain that food from the supply. I think we tuck that. That's one of the Asia birds. So we tuck olive-backed sunbird. This could be a mistake. We may not find another anatomist bird, but we're taking the chance. We fill our red-winged blackbird. So we can't lay any more eggs on that. We take another turn for the Automa here. Okay, they're going to discard cards from the tray and gain a cube towards the end of round goal. Like I said, it's not completable when they've played this many birds. So we give them the cube towards the end of round goal. The end of round goals look like this. So they have 4 cubes on play a bird, which is absolutely insane if you ask me. They're going to discard all 3 cards from the tray, gain a face down card worth 5 points. So we give them a face down for 5. We reset the tray. In the tray, we have Inca Dove. Oh, Sprague's Pipit, another bonus card bird, and common yellowthroat. Oh, does go with Anatomus, that common yellowthroat, but it's only a 1-point bird. Holds 4 eggs, draw 2 cards. If you do, discard 1 from your hand at the end of your turn. Oh my god, this has majorly backfired on me. I think we just take food at this point, right? We've run out of turns to do what we wanted to do. We have to get this P-foul down to get the extra cards, the tucking fodder, right? So let's play a bird. No, let's gain food, then play a bird on our last turn. That's fine. So we're going to gain 2 food from the bird feeder at this point. Since there's 1 food left, it's re-rollable. So we re-roll first. Try to get some nectar. Okay, 1 nectar comes out. So we take nectar, probably worm, right? Nope, nectar wheat, I think. We take nectar wheat. We want that wheat for the Gala, yeah? Gala is big. That's what I'm talking about. All right, we activate this California quail. We lay an egg on this bird. We take another turn for the Automa. Let's flip a card. Okay. Again, they're discarding cards from the tray. So those 3 are gone. They get a face down for 5. We reset the tray. We have Mandarin Duck, an Asia bird. That is one of the coolest looking birds I've ever seen. If I saw that in the wild, I would think it was painted like a lawn ornament. A round-end ability to draw 5 cards from the deck and add 1 to your hand. Tuck 1 behind this bird, give 1 to another player, and discard the rest. California Quail's a bonus card bird, costs no food. Holds 1 egg, and then we have a Chimney Swift, another migratory bird. Wild Nest, 3 points, 2 food. Okay, we have to get this P-foul down. So it's our final turn. We've got to use our nectar as well. So we're going to play a bird down here in the wetlands, I believe. Okay, so we play the P-foul. P-foul goes in the wetlands. It costs 1 egg. We take an egg from the blackbird. We pay, so it costs a worm, a wheat, and any food. So we're going to use nectar, wheat. So that gives us 2 spent nectar in the wetlands. And we're left with that situation. Okay, now this has all players draw 2 cards from the deck. You draw an additional card. Now, is that additional card, again, is that from the deck or is that from anywhere? Because we would like that California Condor for another bonus card, maybe. Just for no food, it would be an easy play. At any rate, the Automa is going to get 4 cash tokens for those 2 cards we gave them. So it's a 2. I can't even talk. It's 2 cash tokens per card that they get. So they get 2 cards from the deck, which is 4 cash tokens. So we give them their 4 cash tokens, but we get to draw 3 cards. Let's just take 3 from the deck. Let's see what we get, right? So we draw 3 from the deck for the Indian P-foul. We have red ruby-crowned kinglet. We have yellowhammer, which is very interesting. We have magpie lark. So 3 different abilities here. We have a yellow, a teal, and a white. So the ruby-crowned kinglet is, when played, play an additional bird in your forest, pay its normal cost. Then we have yellowhammer, a round-end ability. If you used all 4 types of actions this round, play another bird, pay its normal food and egg cost. That's huge. You get an extra action. Magpie Lark is a game-end ability, so discard 2 eggs from your forest. If you do, play 1 bird in your grasslands at its normal food cost. Ignore its egg cost. Big part of that in parentheses there. If it has a when played or game end power, you may use it. Okay. So those are the 3 birds we get from the Indian peafowl. We give the Automa 4 cash, sorry. That's our last turn for round 2. So let's flip a card for Automa. They're going to lay 2 eggs, and they're actually going to lose a cube towards the end of round goal. We'll give them 2 eggs. So they now have 6 eggs. They lose an action cube towards the end of round goal. And then what we're going to do is the last thing we need to do for the upkeep sort of stuff is we flip 2 cards for Automa here. So, oh, I didn't think I put Automa Bond Society card in there. That kind of sucks. Yeah, that super sucks. But it's in there now, so we can't really mess with it. They're going to gain 2 in the forest, 1 in the grasslands, and 2 in the wetlands. That's a lot of spent nectar. Like I said, it's really hard to compete with them with that Automa Bond Society card in the deck. If you're thinking about playing with it, think again. So we add 2 in the forest, 2 in the wetlands, and 1 in the grasslands. That really hurts. It's going to be really hard to compete with that. And then we can remove our round 2 card from the deck, shuffle the Automa deck, and flip the round tracker over to round 3. So we have this remove after round 2. This card comes out. We shuffle our Automa deck. Flip our round tracker over to round 3, so it's on the other side. Shuffle the deck. Good to go, right? Okay, we're going to look at the end of round goals next. So, cubes on play a bird is actually an Oceania end of round goal, so we take that card for round 2. So cubes on play a bird, they start with 1, 2, 3 cubes on play a bird. Looking at our board, we only have 2 cubes on play a bird. I know you can't see it, but that's fine. So we lose that end of round goal. So they're going to get first place. So Automa gets the 5 points for that, and we get, what, 2? Kind of rough. Yeah, so that's it for round 2. We're moving on to round 3. So round 3 is going to be beaks, birds with beaks pointing right. We need to reset the tray and gain our cubes back. So we got three new birds coming out, which is pretty big. Let's see. Red-backed shrike. That goes with our bonus card. Black tern. That does not. Abbott's booby. Booby should be an anatomist. It should definitely be a body part. Take our cubes back. We always go first against the Automa. Okay, so we have some options down here. Let's take a look at our hand. Right now in the hand we have red-shouldered hawk, galah, ruby-crowned kinglet, yellowhammer, magpie lark, and painted bunting. Thoughts on that? We have no food. We have 1 wheat right now. We have to come up with sort of a game plan towards like the end of the game, because we are nearing the end of the game. We're about halfway through, a little over halfway through, I think. You lose a turn each round. So, oh my God, I'm really kind of stuck here with, do we want to play Yellowhammer? That's such a big bird. If you use all 4 actions, at the end of the round, you get to play another bird. And you'll be allowed to use nectar for that. So that's so good. I say we do it. I say we drop Yellowhammer in the forest. Play galah. Maybe in the forest too. Maybe we just have a crazy forest engine. We could double play with Ruby Crown Kinglet if we wanted to go super duper forest engine. How are we looking on beaks pointing right? Not good. Not good for beaks pointing right. We have no birds. Okay, American Crow is 1. That's it. So Galah, Red-Shouldered Hawk, Painted Bunting, Yellowhammer, not Yellowhammer, but Ruby Crown Kinglet, Galah, Painted Bunting, and Red-Shouldered Hawk look good for this end of round goal. So maybe the goal is to get these 4. How do we go about doing that, though? We have to start tucking stuff. We could lay eggs first. Okay, let's do this. Let's lay 2 eggs. We're going to start by laying eggs. We lay 2. Let's put 1 on the peafowl. Peafowl looks wild, right? We tuck 1 under the Junco. The one we're going to tuck is going to be Magpie Lark first. If we do tuck a card from our hand, we gain a wheat from that Junco. So we get a wheat. We discard an egg from the Blackbird. And we get a nectar. Okay, that's turn 1, round 3. Let's flip for Automa. They're going to take food, starting with cherries and then fish. So there is 1 fish. So they remove this fish. And then it's activate all pink powers. Again, we have no pink powers. Oh. Man, do I want to drop that Yellowhammer. If we drop Yellowhammer, we do have to draw bird cards. Let's math this out. Let's actually see what we can do. A lot of times I get stuck not mathing it out, and it really fucks my game up. So let's try it out. If we take food first so that we could do double play with Ruby Crown Kinglet into Yellowhammer, that would cost us 2 eggs. So we take food, play 2 birds, right? Then we have 3 turns left to take food. Oh no, we would probably lay eggs then. We would lay eggs and get 2 more food. Oh my god, what about Red-Shouldered Hawk? I'm stumped. What do we do here? I really want to play that Yellowhammer. We could play it now. We could double play Yellowhammer right now. The thing is, Galah goes here, right? Goes in the grasslands. Let's just try it. It's always fun, right? Ruby Crowned Kinglet goes with our bonus card. It's an anonymous bird. So what we're going to do, this is a big turn here. Let's play a bird. So we're playing a bird in the forest. So it costs 1 egg and 1 food. We spend a nectar. We play Ruby Crowned Kinglet. We play this in the forest. It costs 1 of any of those foods, so we spend 1 nectar. Costs 1 egg. Let's take an egg from the quail. When played, play an additional bird in your forest, pay its normal cost. We play Yellowhammer. That goes for another egg. We spend an egg from the Blackbird again. And we pay the 2 wheat that we have left. Huge turn. Now, we want to make sure we prepare to use that Yellowhammer, right? Because it's got a round end ability that says if you used all 4 actions this round, play another bird, pay its normal cost. That's like a free extra turn if you have the food and the birds to play. So far we've laid eggs, we've played a bird. We need to gain food and draw bird cards. That's 2 of our turns. And then we need to be able to get food and play a bird at the end of the round. We don't need an action cube to do it. Alright, we take a turn for the Automa. I believe that's it for us. So for round 3, they're going to discard all 3 cards from the bird tray, gain a face down card for 5, and lose an action cube. They don't have an action cube to lose. That kind of sucks, but they wipe the tray. Face down card for 5. Refill the tray. Oh, king rail's huge. Red cockaded woodpecker's also good. And so is the northern goshawk. 3 really good birds in the tray. Goshawk would be like an easy play. Because you don't need the rats. There's actually a star next to the rats that says you can use cards as food. Like they eat other birds, I'm assuming. We'd probably tuck red-shouldered hawk, but that's gonna be another. Wait, do we have 4 yet? We have red-winged blackbird, dark-eyed junco, ruby crowned kinglet. No, we need one more. Damn it. King rail doesn't do it. Red cockaded woodpecker does it. For anatomist. What is happening right now? Oh my god. So I think if we have to draw cards, now's the time, right? And what we'll do is we'll discard an egg to draw a 3rd card. So let's take 1 off the crow. So we can now draw 3 cards. I kind of want to just take those 3. We're doing a big tray scoop right now. We scoop all 3 birds from the tray. We may not be playing Gala this game. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It just seems absurd to me. Like, these are all good birds. We take 3 birds from the tray. We tuck 1 from our hand behind the bird. See, this is what I mean. We have to tuck something here. We just picked up red cockaded. That would be our 4th. We have eyed, crowned, and winged. So red cockaded could be the 4th instead of the red-shouldered hawk. So I think we have to tuck red-shouldered hawk right now to lay an egg. Okay, we refill the tray and do Automa's turn. Mute Swan comes up. Mute Swan's big. Bush Tit's huge. Horned Lark is ace. Alright, we flip a turn for Automa. Round 3. Again, they're wiping the tray. So Mute Swan, Bush Tit, and Horned Lark are all gone immediately. They gain a face down card from the tray. Or they gain a face down card for 5. We reset the tray. Oh, Hooded Warbler's big for 7. European Robin, meh. Common Green Magpie, a little expensive. We love Hooded Warbler, though. Okay, we've done 3 of the necessary actions to use our yellow hammer, which is going to allow us to play a bird at the end of the round. So what we need to do is gain food here. It would actually make sense to discard a card for a 3rd food. Let's look at our actions. We have 3 actions left. We can take food once. We can lay eggs in extra time. And maybe take food again. And then we might be able to... If we have enough food to play 2 birds, we could do it. If we end up tucking 2 cards, we could also do it. Damn, this is crazy. This game is nuts. I mean, big stuff happening here, folks. The decision space in this game, it always gets me. Like, I could have done this and that to get this many points. I love it. See, the thing about Goshawk is that we don't need food to pay for it, so it could come in handy if we run out of food or something at the end of the round for Yellowhammer. We could just tuck 2 cards, but all these birds we want to play, so we don't want to tuck anything. It's kind of nuts. Do we have a turn to draw cards? We have 3 left, right? So if we use one of them turns to draw cards, one of them to take food, Or maybe 2 of them to take food, right? So we draw 2 cards we can tuck behind Goshawk to play. No, we take food, then we play a bird, then we can play another bird at the end of the round, right? That's huge. Let's draw cards. This could be a big mistake. We're going to discard another egg from Blackbird. Now we get 3 cards. Let's take Hooded Warbler. We got to stop taking stuff we want to play, though. That's kind of nuts. Let's take 2 from the tray. We get Brown Falcon, which is also good. Saurus Crane, 7 points for any 3 food. Each player may discard an egg to draw a card from the deck. We don't really care too much about that. I kind of want to put the tucking fodder over here, but Brown Falcon is good. I can't lie. They are good birds. There's not a bad bird in this game, I swear, except maybe Horned Lark. Tucking fodder I'm going to set over here. If you're looking at my hand, I'm going to kind of set it off to the side like that. Those are the birds I'm thinking about tucking. If anyone disagrees, let me know. Feel free to disagree. So we've drawn 2, we've spent an egg, we've drawn 3. We got to tuck 1 now. We tuck Saurus Crane. Do we want to do that, though? Because then we have nothing to tuck. I mean, we're not going to be able to get them all, right? There's just no shot. We have to decide what we want to play. It's insane. I feel like the way they made this game, like, you want to play all the birds, don't you? We really have to buckle down and think about what we're going to pick. I mean, Hood. Hood is not a body part. We have the Hooded Warbler. Hood is not a body part, though. That kind of sucks. It might not even be Gala this game. I am seriously considering tucking Gala, even though that's like such a good bird. If we tuck Saurus Crane, let's tuck Saurus Crane. We lay an egg on the red-winged blackbird. All that for a point, you know what I mean? All right, let's reset. Peaceful Dove comes out. We flip for Automa's 4th turn. Again, they're wiping the tray. Come on, bro. They get a cube towards the end of round goal, which gives them another beak pointing right. We have failed to play birds with beaks pointing right. I'm telling you. It's not looking good for us. They're discarding the tray. Getting a face down card for 5. Resetting the tray. Oh my god, Spotted Owl is good too. Purple Martin, it's a bit late for that, but great bird. Oh, and then they've also gained a cube towards the end of round goal there, so that gives them another beak pointing right. How many are we looking at here? They have 3 right now. They start with 2. We have 1, 2. So it's a tie. Goshawk does not help. Hooded Warbler does help. Kingrail does not help. Brown Falcon helps. Gala helps. Painted Bunting helps. All right, we know what we got to do. There's 2 turns left. Let's take food. So we're out to here. On this column, you can spend a food to reset the bird feeder if you don't like the food that's in there, but since the bird feeder is as it is with 2 worms, we can already reset it. So we're just going to re-roll it now. Okay, we get a nectar. We really have to decide what we want to play here, huh? Let's take Nectar Worm for Hooded Warbler. All right, and then back on our board, we've taken our 2 food. We can discard a card for a 3rd food. Do we want to do that? Probably not. I mean, if it comes down to it, we can take food again, right? But I would like to play a bird this round. Like Hooded Warbler, so we're out there getting 3, possibly 4 food on that gain food action. So I think we're going to skip that for now. We're not going to discard a card. We jump to our California Quail and we lay an egg on this bird. All right, Quail's filling up. That one can hold 6. Let's take a turn for the Automa here. We only have 1 action left after this. Kind of crazy. So they're going to play a bird. So they're going to be taking all birds that can live in multiple habitats and gaining a cube towards the end of round goal. So we could just plan on losing this end of round goal right now. So they're getting another cube. We're looking at the tray for birds that can live in multiple habitats. They actually gain Purple Martin face up for 2, which helps us. We refill the tray. Baltimore Oriole comes out a 9-point forest bird. That's huge. All right, we kind of have to decide what we want to do here. We can play a bird. I think we play Hooded Warbler here. So we play a bird all the way out in this 4th column. So the egg cost is now 2. We take an egg from the quail. Let's just take 2 from the quail. We put Hooded Warbler down. It costs 2 worms. So we pay a nectar. That goes in the spent nectar in the forest. We pay a worm. That was our last action. But we have Yellowhammer. So Yellowhammer's huge. We're going to do a final turn for the Automa, and then we can use our Yellowhammer ability. So, again, they're going to play birds. No birds in the tray. I don't know what I'm doing here. No birds in the tray can live in multiple habitats, so they just get a face-down card for 5. It looks like they get another cube towards the end of round goal, which is fucking absurd. I mean, another beak pointing right. That's 4 beaks pointing right. We can't compete with that. We have 1, 2, 3. I guess we're competing, but we're just not there. Okay, then we need to resolve their ability. Right, that was everything. So we flip 1. We flip 2. So they're going to lose 1 in the wetlands and gain 1 in the forest. That's fine with me. We remove this end of round 3 card. So this card comes out at the end of round 3. We flip the round tracker to round 4. We shuffle the Automa deck. That's good to go. We'll score the end of round goal now. So they actually start with 1 in round 3. Oh no, I was looking at round 1. Yeah, so we definitely lost here. So they have beaks pointing right in round 3. They start with 2. 3, 4, 5 beaks pointing right. So they definitely win that end of round goal. So they get the 6 points. We have 1, 2, 3 birds with beaks pointing right, so we get 2 points. Last thing to do is reset the tray. I'm sorry if the scene hopping around is fucking with you guys, but I'm trying to go as fast as possible. So we skip that. Reset the tray. So we have ruby-throated hummingbird. Throated does go with... We still only have 3 birds with anatomy parts in their name. So Greater Prairie Chicken, another bonus card bird, and then European Honey Buzzard. Honey Buzzard has failed me too many times for me to care about it at this point. Plus, there's no rounds left, right? Oh, we get to use Yellowhammer. I never used Yellowhammer. So let's use Yellowhammer. It's the end of the round, right? So since we have Yellowhammer on our board, we used all 4 actions that turn. I know. Oh, I didn't even pick up the cubes yet. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've used all 4 actions. We get to play another bird. We have no food, though, so this is kind of what I was worried about. We have to play northern goshawk in the forest. So we're going to tuck our brown falcon and the galah. Or maybe red cockaded. Red cockaded gets tucked because we can't play any more birds in the forest. Goshawk goes down. We pay no food. Something special about the goshawk. So it's a predator. When played, for each rat in this bird's cost, you may pay with 1 card from your hand instead. If you do, tuck the paid card behind this card. So for each rat, we have a tucked card. We play this in our forest. We pay our 2 eggs, blackbird, quail. These parts are so fiddly. Okay, and then the state of the board is as follows. We got 5 actions left. It's the start of round 4. We're looking at end of round goal 4 is birds in the wetlands. We have a massive gain food engine here. I mean, it's not really massive. We just gain 4 food and then we lay an egg. So we're starting to look at, like, we got to get, well, we know we have to do each action once. So I think the play is, with our last 5 turns, we take food, we lay eggs, we draw bird cards, we play maybe painted bunting, and then we save King Rail for some crazy end of the game bonus cards. Thoughts on that? Let's try it. Let's take food. So we're all the way out here gaining 4 food from the bird feeder. Okay. So in the feeder, we have a rat, worm, and a fish. So worm and fish is exactly what we need for King Rail. So we take worm, fish. Now we've only gained 2 of our 4 food, so we get to re-roll this feeder. So for our next 2 food, we obviously take 2 nectar. Okay, going back to our board, we've gained our 4 food. This is a white power, teal power, white power. We go to here. We lay an egg on the quail. And that's our turn. Automa is going to flip a card for round 4. They're going to play a bird. They lose a cube, turn 1 again. That kind of sucks. So they're going to take that ruby-throated hummingbird from the tray, face up for 4 points. Okay, so that's going to add 4 points to them. They don't have an action cube to lose, so we refill the tray and take our turn. Red-breasted merganser comes out. Okay, what was the plan here? We can play King Rail because we do have to play a bird, right? We can also play painted bunting. What's going to be easier to play? We play King Rail now. Or if we play painted bunting, then we draw cards. Play painted bunting, then draw cards. Lay eggs, take food. Play King Rail with our Yellowhammer. Thoughts on that? Let's do King Rail. No, we want the egg thing. We play painted bunting. We lay egg. No, we draw a card. Hold on. I need to math this out. We play painted bunting. That gets us to here. We're left with 1 fish. We draw cards. We lay eggs. We have an extra turn to take food, right? Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Thoughts on that? Okay, let's do what I just said. So we're going to play a bird in the grasslands here. So this costs 1 egg. We play painted bunting with our second turn. So this is going to be a worm and 2 wheat. So we have a worm, 2 nectar. The 2 nectar gets spent in the grasslands. We didn't pay the egg, yeah. So we pay an egg from the quail. Painted Bunting's ability is when played, draw 2 bonus cards, keep 1. So we take 2 new bonus cards. Let's take a look at these. So we're going to want the one that gives us the most points here. So let's look nice and close. We have Ecologist. Birds in your habitat with the fewest birds. It will eventually be 6. Because right now our fewest is here. So it's 2 points per habitat. So 2, 4, and if we play King Rail, it's 6. Viticulturalist, though, doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. We don't have 2 birds with cherries. We have 1 with a ruby-crowned kinglet. So we discard Viticulturalist. We keep Ecologist. That was a solid 6-point pickup there. I'm happy with that. I'm glad we played bunting. Okay, that was our second action. We take a turn for the Automa. They're going to gain food from the bird feeder. There is 1 rat, so they'll remove the rat from the feeder. Activate all pink powers. Again, there's no pink powers on our board. So what was I saying I was going to do here? Draw cards. The question is, do we spend an egg to draw an extra card? Because we'll then convert that card into a point if we... You know what I mean? Do we really need it, though, is the question. Like, we're going to have 2 cards here that we can't play no matter what. So I think... Oh. I think we do. I think we do because we get this egg back, right? So we draw 3, we tuck 1, we have 2 left. We discard when we lay eggs. That's what I'm talking about, folks. So we do a draw 2 bird cards. Let's take 2 from the top of the deck. We don't care at this point. It's too late in the game. White Stork would have been great for 8 and Barred Owl. Did we end up hitting... Oh my god, if we don't hit Anatomist, I'll be so pissed. Oh my god, we're not going to hit Anatomist. Eyed. Crowned. Winged. Fuck, we did not. We're not going to hit Anatomist. We screwed up. We should have definitely gotten that 3 points. It's fine, though. It's too late now. So where was I at? What was I saying? We draw 2. Was I going to draw 3? Because if we just tuck and lay now, then we have 2 to discard and we play. That's perfect use of resources, right? So we draw 2. We tuck red-winged blackbird. We lay an egg on red-winged blackbird. That was our third action. Automa takes their third action. They're going to discard all 3 cards from the tray again. And again, there's no cubes on the end of round goal to lose. So they wipe the tray. Gain a face down for 5. Refill the tray. Eurasian Marsh Harrier. Ruddy Shell Duck. Blue-gray gnat catcher. All right, we've got 2 actions left. We know we have to lay eggs at least one time. We lay eggs and take food. So we're going to lay 2 eggs here. And then what we're going to do is we have the option to discard food and cards to get extra eggs. So we're going to discard both the barred owl and the gala for 2 eggs. We're setting up for if we do get Oologist. Oh no. We don't tuck, or we don't discard 2. We keep Gala, right? We discard fish for the second egg. That's fine. And then we tuck Gala. To gain a wheat. Do we discard egg here? I don't think we need to, right? There's fish and worm in there. It's perfect. I mean, we could take the food in case of a tie. I think we skip American Crow. I mean, it would give us another nectar. Odds are we're going to get nectar. We get 4 food when we take food, right? We skip Crow. All right, we've done all 4 of our actions. We have 1 remaining. Automa takes their turn. They play another bird. Again, they gain a cube towards the end of round goal, putting them at, I don't know how many birds in the wetlands, but doesn't look good for us if they have a cube on there. In the tray, we have no birds that can live in multiple habitats, so they get a face down for 5. It's a lot of face down 5-point cards, if you ask me. All right, we've got 1 turn left. It has to be take food. We need that food for the king rail, right? Would it have been smarter to lay eggs and get 2 nectar? I don't know. We can't. I can't even. That's too much math for me. I'm thinking we just take food here, right? Any extra food will give us a win in case of a tie, right? Oh, man. If we lay eggs, we get 2 points. 1 point, really. So I think it's better to take the food. So we take food. Do we gamble here and try to get for nectar? We pretty much can. Let's take a fish as one of our food. Let's reroll the feeder. This is a big reroll. If we fucked up here, we can't play our king rail. We might be able to force it down regardless, but we take a fish, we get 3 more food. I think we're good. We take nectar, worm, worm. Then our food looks like that. We skip on the board all the way to our California quail. We lay an egg on the quail. That was our last action. That's all we can do this game. Automa needs to take their last action. They lay 3 eggs and get another action cube on the end of round goal, which sucks. Okay, I believe we do this at the end of each round, do this twice. So we still have to adjust spent nectar. But we're going to do our king rail or our yellow hammer first. So we used all 4 actions this turn. We can play another bird. Whoops. We can play another bird. We're going to play king rail in the wetlands. So that costs fish, any food, and worm. So we use fish, worm, nectar. Spent nectar goes there. Costs an egg. We take an egg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That hurts if we get Woologist. Take an egg from Blackbird. We draw 2 bonus cards and we get to pick one to keep. 2 bonus cards. This is a big reveal here. What's it going to be? Fishery Manager and Behaviorist. What do we have here? Fishery Manager doesn't look good. We have 1 bird, so that's out of the picture. Behaviorist, for each column that contains birds with 3 different powers. Brown. Oh no, that's 0. Oh no, we got 0 points for both of these. No. We got 2 shitty bonus cards. Fuck me, right? Do we take so we didn't even hit Fishery Manager. Damn. They're both 0s, so let's take Fishery. Oh, you hate to see it. That sucks. All right, we'll adjust the spent nectar. I don't know why I just went there. We'll adjust the spent nectar. So for the last time we're adjusting their nectar, they're going to lose 1 in the forest, gain 1 in the grasslands. So as you can see, their nectar really just they just gain it mostly. Especially with that Automa Bond Society card in there. We hate that card. Let's score the end of round goal. Round 4 was birds in the wetlands. Round 4, birds in the wetlands. They start with 3. That's 4, 5. So they max it out. So they win that end of round goal as well. We might be screwed here. They take the 7 points. We end up getting 4. Damn, that did not go as planned. That kind of hurts. Now we just have to add it up, right? That's everything. Yep, unfortunately, that's everything. Okay. We're going to use this score sheet. If we have any spaces left. We've played a lot of Wingspan. We actually might not have any spaces left on this paper. M. Peebles is rating with a party of 10. Oh my god, it has been dead quiet in here since this. Appreciate the raid. What game did you play today? M. Peebles is hyped, dude. What's going on, man? What game did you play today? We're just playing some Wingspan. Some nice, easy Wingspan. We're about to score it up. About to see how we did. Patchwork Doodles. So I never played Patchwork, but I've always heard it was really good. Is Doodles an expansion, or is it a roll and write version? We played a play along with Chat Patchwork Doodle. That's actually sounds awesome. How did you manage that? A nice little flip and write game. That's awesome. I'll have to check that out, man. That sounds really good. I love roll and writes. My favorite roll and write is Cartographers. I've been looking into a little bit of Welcome To. We'd have to check out Patchwork Doodles because I've heard of Patchwork, but not Patchwork Doodles. Very easy, very light. You've done a lot of Cartographers, yeah. How did it go? Who won? Did the chat win? Did you win? Using overhead cam as if we all choose the same card to draw it. It works wherever people are. That's awesome. So you could actually play Cartographers like that too. That's a good idea. I would love to play Cartographers with chat. We've streamed quite a few cartographer games. The person who chose the game won. Okay. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Let's play Patchwork Doodles. I've been practicing for 2 months, getting ready to beat your ass. Cartographers is a game we played on repeat back during COVID times. My Nemesis won. Good game. That's good, though. That's actually a really cool idea. I was trying to figure out how I could play Wingspan on stream with viewers, but you really can't. So we play solo against the Automa. We had a pretty good game here. We played Yellowhammer. You can on BGA. Oh, yeah, of course you can on BGA, yep. Wim, the web master, is usually the master in games. I would play him. Asymmetric games and games with too much choice cause some problems trying to play along with chat. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Does your candle smell nice? It's fake. No, it's real. It's running out, though. Yeah, it smells great. It smells great. We pulled I don't know if you've ever played Wingspan, but we ended up playing a king rail off of a Yellowhammer play at the end of the game. So a free king rail we played, hoping to get a good bonus card. And the two that we pulled were Behaviorist and Fishery Manager, which we didn't qualify for either. So I might just dip this card right in the candle. Like, we might just burn it. Because we're kind of pissed. I don't think it's going to be the make or break situation. Like, I still think we won. The Automa is not that difficult to beat on the hardest difficulty with the Automa Society card in there, but I just can't believe we pulled a 0-0 on 2 bonus cards. It just totally sucks. But yeah, we can see how we did here. We'll add everything up. We start with the birds on our board. So we have a... yeah, it was very unlucky. Okay, so the first thing we do on the score sheet, we're going to add up all the points from just our birds. So we have no math skills. This is 11, 12, 13, 17, 25, 37, 39, 41, 42, 43, 44 points from birds. And then from our bonus cards, like I said, unfortunately, we ended up pulling Fishery Manager at the end and Behaviorist, which Behaviorist didn't get us any points either. It's 3 points per column with 3 different colors. So we have a teal, white, white. We have white, white, brown, and then we have 3 brown here. So nothing for Fishery Manager, nothing for Behaviorist. Ecologist is actually decent. So it's birds in your habitat with the fewest birds. So these two tie. So it's 2, 4, 6. You get 2 points per habitat. And then we got Anonymous. We were 1 bird away from getting the max points on Anonymous. So we get 3 and 6, which is 9 points for bonus cards. We do the end of round goals. For Brown Powers, we lost, or that was the only one we won. So we ended up getting 4 plus 2 is 6, 7, 8, 9. 13 points in end of round goals isn't that great. Eggs, we can count the total eggs. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not great. 8 eggs. Food on cards, we have none. Tucked cards. Oh, thanks for the follow. CD on board. Yeah, tucked cards, we have some under the Blackbird. We have some under the Junco. We have 2 under our Goshawk. And that's it. So it's going to be 1 point per tucked card. Got to go do some work. Catch you next time. Yeah, thanks for stopping in, man. Again, thanks for the raid. That's huge. We appreciate it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 points in tucked cards. And then for Spent Nectar, we look at the Automa's Spent Nectar piles. So they have different... They start with 5, and then we adjust it accordingly throughout the game at the end of each round. So we'll do the wetlands first. They have 2, 4, 6 to our 3. So they win that. We get 2. They get 5. And then in the grasslands, I don't even need to count them. I can see that we lost that as well. So we have 2. They have 5. And then in the forest, it is very close. So we'll count those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they have 6. And we have probably, 5. So we lost that one too. We lost all 3 Spent Nectars. That's pretty rough. So they get 15 and we get 6 points. Pretty bad. Okay, and then we'll add up the Automa score. So the Automa is going to score a little differently than us. They get 5 points on the hardest difficulty for each face down card. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 times 5 is what, 45? And then they get points for each face up card. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And 6 is 18 points. And then the end of round goals, again, they crushed us on the end of round goals. So they have 7, and 6 is 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 points from end of round goals. Wow. We may have actually lost here. Eggs, they got a pile of 9 eggs over here. So that's everything. So we can add that up and see how we did. I'm going to use a calculator here. I'm a little slow. So we have 44 plus 9. Plus 13. Plus 8. Plus 11 plus 6. So 91, that's pretty low. That's actually a rough game. All right, then the Automa is going to get 45 plus 18. Yeah, we definitely lost here. Plus 19 plus 9. Yep, 106 to 91. Damn. Damn. How the did we lose to the Automa, man? Yo, we're usually whooping. I mean, look at most of these games. We've almost filled out this whole book. 128 to 110 was our last game. We lost 100 to 114 there. This whole book is filled, though. Both sides. It's kind of crazy. We've played a lot of Wingspan. I swear I've won most of the games, though. But yeah, that was our first game. We are thinking about doing another game. We might get another game in here, but I might do it a little quicker than that game. It's kind of nice because, yeah, it is a lot of Wingspan. We have played Wingspan. It's a lot of physical Wingspan. I've played a lot of digital Wingspan too. So we have a lot of Wingspan under our belt. We know most of the birds by heart, which is actually kind of sad. Wingspan definitely holds a special place for me in my heart. So how do we feel about another game here against the Automa? We have any takers? We obviously get some new end of round goals in the mix. You end up going through a lot of cards when you. We'll just flip these and mix them. So we'll do like this, 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 and this. So that's fine. So we have the round one goals will be beaks pointing left. Wingspan is definitely a fun game. I might be a little biased on Wingspan. I'm always rooting for Wingspan. I like the other versions. I like the fin span. I like the worm span. We have tried those. But yeah, Wingspan is still definitely my favorite. I think it's a pretty competitive game. If you play in the Wingspan tournaments Discord server, all of those players are really good in there, and you can get some really quick, good online games in there to practice. But we reset this. It actually resets pretty quick. So we have 5 starting nectar. Is everyone familiar with Wingspan? How to play? The first thing we got to do is draw a bonus card for the Automa. They're going to start with 5 spent nectar. So the end of round goals are beaks pointing left. I have a few games under my belt. I'm trying to get a really high score. I don't know what my highest score was yet, but it would be like 130s, 140s, but I've seen people get like 180 with just the base game, which is insane. These 3 cards get mixed back in. We flip the round tracker to round 1. Let's pull a bonus card for the Automa. Alright, we got these shuffled up. We're going to pull a bonus card for the Automa. Reset the feeder here. Alright, so this is going to be the food that starts out in the bird feeder. Come on, we need some nectar, man. We haven't been getting a lot of nectar lately. First thing we have to do is draw a bonus card for the Automa. Now, they can only use the ones with the percentages. Okay, this one has a percentage. It's Food Web Expert. So anytime they get a draw or play a bird symbol on the Automa cards, they'll be taking birds that can only eat worms. So it has to have just worms in the food cost. No omnivore, none of that stuff. Okay, then we can flip 3 for the tray. So we have 3 starting birds in the tray. Northern Shoveler, that's pretty big. 7 points for 3 food. When activated, all players draw a card from the deck. We are playing with Automa's Horde, though, so anytime we give the Automa a card from the deck, they'll gain 2 Horde tokens, which we forgot to add that up, but it was only 1 point. Or it wasn't, yeah, it was only 1 point that they got last game, so they still beat us. All right, Yellow Bittern. A 0-point bird. Draw a card from the middle of the bird tray. We don't really care for that. And then we have Pine Siskin, another bird we don't really care about. When activated, tuck a card from your hand behind this bird. If you do, gain a wheat from the supply. Yeah. Okay, those are the 3 starting birds in the tray. We're gonna pull 5. We start with 5. You can keep all 5, then you get no food. We do start with 1 nectar, though. That's one nice thing about Oceania. We get a nectar. We start with 5 bird cards, 2 bonus cards. Okay, so the 5 bonus cards or bird cards we have is American Robin, Red Rose-Breasted Grosbeak, American White Pelican, and Brahminy Kite, and House Crow. Get 2 bonus cards. I don't like either of these bonus cards. So we have Winter Feeder is food remaining in your supply at the end of the game. I mean, why would you ever want a big pile of food at the end of the game? Also, Nectar gets discarded at the end of each round. And then not the best other choice either. We have Wetland Data Analyst. Consecutive birds in the wetlands with ascending or descending wingspans. I hate those ones. I don't know what it is about those, but I don't like them. Do I not like them enough to take Winter Feeder? I don't know. We love American Robin, though. Tuck a card from your hand behind this bird. If you do, draw another card. So that can be played in the grasslands or the forest. We've got a House Crow. This has a round end ability to you may cache your food from your supply on each bird in this row. It could be good. I kind of like Brahminy Kite better. It is a little expensive for the 6 points. I kind of think we start like this. What about that Shoveler, though, in the tray? Oh, Wetland Data Analyst. So we have to go by wingspans. Damn. I mean, if we keep 7 food, it might be hard to keep 7 food, though. At the end of the game, we need 7 or more food. We get 7 points. That's probably the easiest one to do. I don't like these Wetland Data Analysts, so I think we're going to discard this. Yeah, it's Brahminy Kite or the Shoveler from the tray. Brahminy. Or the House Crow. Cache of food at the end of each round. See, that doesn't really help Winter Feeder, though. We go Robin, Brahminy Kite. So we get 3 food. Let's take Rat, Fish, Worm. This is our starting hand. So we have Winter Feeder, we have American Robin, and we have Brahminy Kite. I'm just going to grab a drink real quick, and then we can get this rolling. Good to go. Game 2. So what food are we keeping? Rat, worm, fish, right? Rat, worm, fish. Okay. Again, I'm gonna try to go as fast as I can through this game because this is our second game. This is turning into an extremely long stream, 2 hours and 12 minutes at this point. But we're gonna fly through this one. This is gonna be a bitch and a half to edit. I'm not gonna lie. So let's get this going. Turn 1, we probably just play Brahminy Kite, right? We're gonna play both these birds actually. So we play Brahminy Kite turn 1. We use rat, fish, nectar. No nectar. We use rat, fish, worm. Okay, we've played a bird. We take Automa's turn. They're going to lay an egg and get an action cube towards the end of round goal. So we'll give them an egg. Give them an action cube on the end of round goal. Its beak's pointing left, so we have 1 in the Brahminy Kite so far, and I think they start with none or 1. So second turn we play Robin. So this could be a good bird in the forest, but see, there's really nothing. We need a forest bird, don't we? Let's go for a grasslands engine. Let's play this in the grasslands here. We're gonna spend a nectar. We take a second turn for the Automa. All right, they're playing birds, so they're looking for that food web expert. Birds that only eat worms. So in the tray we have none, so they're going to get a face down card for 5 points. Okay, next turn. Let's draw some cards. We have none left, and we really need a forest bird. So we get Montague's Harrier, doesn't help. Little Pied Cormorant doesn't help. We can choose any 3 dice, roll them up to 3 times. Each time you roll at least 1 fish or rat, cash 1 here. All right, this is a gambling one, so let's gamble. Let's just take these 3. So we take these 3 out. Up to 3 times. Okay, that was the result. So we have, each time you roll at least a fish or a rat, cash 1 here. We cash 1. So we could stop here. We get a point. But we could do this up to 3 times, right? So let's just do it. Okay, we lost the fish. That's the problem with gambling, folks. That's the end of our turn. We flip a card for Automa. They're going to take food from the bird feeder, starting with worms and wheat, and then worm, and then wheat, and then rat, and then fish. So the fish comes out. No paying powers. We go again. Let's draw some more bird cards. We get Say's Phoebe. Finally, a forest bird. We have Eurasian Eagle Owl. This is another gambling ability, so up to 3 times draw a card from the deck. When you stop, if the bird's total wingspan is less than 110 centimeters, tuck them behind this bird. If not, discard them all. Okay, we're going to gamble again on the Brahminy Kite, so let's start rolling. We roll 3, right? Let's just do it right here. We didn't get shit that time. Brahminy Kite has failed us. All right, let's flip a card. They lay an egg. We go again. I want to take food. We discard a card, take a second food, so we take 1 nectar. We re-roll all 5. Still get 1 food, right? So we take another nectar. We flip a card. They're going to discard all 3 cards from the tray and get a face down card for 5. Refill, we have Lesser Frigate Bird, a 9-point bird. Budgerigar. Common Chaffinch. We don't know about Chaffinch. We can't really supply the tucks. At any rate, we play Eurasian Eagle Owl, right? We spend 2 nectar in the forest. So we've played 3 birds, gained food, and drawn cards twice. Let's flip another card. Okay, they're going to take food again. So we have rats, fish, cherries. So cherries is the first one. Both of the cherry nectar come out. And then they get a cube towards the end of round goal, which kind of sucks because that's 2 beaks pointing left. And we have 1. So we've got to draw some more cards, right? Draw 2 off the top of the deck. Carrion Crow. Scaled Quail. What is this deck? These are trash. Brahminy Kite. We roll 3. We get a rat. Let's gamble it all away. We lose it immediately. We got to stop doing that. We got to stop doing that. We got to stop gambling. Okay, we flip. Removing again. They're both the same, so we re-roll first. Wow, incredible. It was worm wheat, and then we re-roll, and it's all worm wheat and 1 wheat nectar. So the first one that comes out is worm wheat. All 4 of these dice come out. We have no pink powers. We take our last turn, round 1. Damn, I am not happy with... Carrion Crow's actually decent for us. Do we want anything from the tray? Not really. Let's lay 2 eggs. So we're looking at eggs in the wetlands for round 2. Let's put 2 eggs down there. We activate the robin. We tuck Scaled Quail. We draw a card from the deck. Should we take Frigate Bird? It's a 9-pointer. Take Frigate Bird. That's the end of our turn. We reset the tray. Yeah, Frigate Bird for 9's good. Then we flip for our Automa again. They're going to play a bird. Lose a cube, which is big. Beaks pointing left comes off. So we don't know what they start with. We haven't checked, but they're going to play a bird again. So Food Web Expert. Again, we have no birds in the tray that eat only worms. So they just get a face down card for 5. Okay, that was the end of round 1. So that went a lot faster than the first game. So we're going to flip for the Automa to adjust their spent nectar. So we do this twice at the end of each round, and that will adjust how they spend their nectar. So we're going to flip 1. There goes the Audubon Society card again, which sucks. These cancel out. These cancel out. They gain 1 in the forest. That's actually not terrible. That is harsh, those 5-pointers. Yes, it is. That's mostly how they get their points. And you just can't stop it. Okay, so we remove the round 1 card. Remove after round 1. This card comes out. We shuffle the deck, flip the round tracker to round 2, score the end of round goal. Beaks pointing left. Let's see. Round 1. Beak pointing left. They start with 0. They have 1 cube, so they have 1. So we actually tie. with Brahminy Kite. Would you say this is a left beak pointing left, right? I used the Eurasian eagle owl in the digital the other day, and it was so lucky. A lot of birds tucked. Hey, maybe that's good luck for us. Yes, so you agree that's left. Okay, good. Maybe that's good luck for us because so far, Brahminy Kite has failed us 3 times. We've gotten 1 cash. We roll again. We gamble. We gamble every time. And we lose it. We lose it all as soon as we gamble. So that kind of sucks. Okay, so we end up tying that first end of round goal. So we have split 4 points, right? So we each get 2. Pretty much cancels out, I believe. We shuffle the Automa's deck. Reset the tray, and we always go first against the Automa. So we've got 3 new birds coming out, which is big. If you mirror the stream, you win that one. Yeah. I was actually having problems with my camera. It was like flipped completely upside down. I don't even know how to fix that. It's like a vertical flip or something. So yeah, I've had to do that. I see what you're saying. We always go first against the Automa. We got 3 new birds coming out. Stubble quail's big, so when played, discard up to 6 food. Lay an egg on this bird for each discarded food. So if you discard the full 6, you get the 6 eggs. North Island brown kiwi. So this is when played, draw a bonus card. If you do, draw 4 bonus cards, or discard a bonus card. If you do, draw 4 bonus cards, keep 2, and discard the other 2. Okay, so you net 2 bonus cards, I guess. You like the kiwi, huh? It's one of those vestigial wing birds, has no wingspan. And then we have white-headed duck, so 3 when played abilities. Draw 3 new bonus cards and keep 1. Could be good. Okay, we know what we got to do here. We want to get this frigate bird down. We also want to get this carrion crow down. Carrion crow is actually going to give us a couple points. You've seen one in real life once in NZ. Let me see. Where's NZ? New Zealand? That's crazy. A North Island brown kiwi you saw? Does it look like an anteater running around? That was probably so cool to see. If you got pictures of it, I would love to see it. If you have pictures, please post them in the Discord. That would be awesome. So let's take food. We get 2 food. Let's take a nectar. Let's re-roll for a second food. Let's take that other nectar. That comes out. We get that. We activate the Eurasian eagle owl. Let's see if it's as good as it was for you, Hopeless Diplodocus. It's like a really big pear with the skin of a kiwi fruit that runs around like crazy. Oh my god. Imagine if they tasted like kiwis. There'd be none. They'd be extinct. Imagine if it was as good as that fruit. I mean, come on, bro. What are we really talking about here? Kiwis are so good. Alright, so we're going to activate this eagle owl. Let's flip. So we have 1 bird. 53 centimeters. Do we dare? Do we dare? We're at 53 centimeters. Most get eaten by opossums on the island. Is it opossum or possum? How do you say it? What's the proper way? I've never been to New Zealand. As if that matters, right? We have possums here. 53. Do we pull again? You say it without the O. That's what I thought. That is what I thought. Yeah, you write it with the O for sure. That's how it's spelled. Just never heard of a silent O, I guess. Yo, we're at 53 of 110 centimeters. Do we flip again? Ew. Roads are covered with flat opossums. Now, see, now I'm saying opossums. It's roads are covered with flat possums. It's nasty. All right, we stop. I'll take it. We get a single tuck. We take a turn for the Automa. This is round 2, turn 1 Automa. We flip an Automa card. They play a bird again. Oh, North Island brown kiwi is very close to being a food web expert bird. But again, we have no birds in the tray that eat only worms. So they get another face down 5 pointer. We take our turn. So we've got 2 nectar. We could play carrion crow. There's also a fish, 2 rats, worm, wheat in there. What is it looking like here? I think we drop carrion crow now. Build that grasslands out. So let's play a bird. Play carrion crow. Spend the 2 nectar. This goes in the grasslands. Spent. We have none spent in the wetlands yet. So it costs 2 food. We spend an egg from Brahiminy Kite. We've played a bird. We flip a card for Automa again. They're playing another bird. This is absolutely insane. Again, there's none. They get a 5-point face down card and a cube towards the end of round goal. End of round goal 2 is eggs in the wetlands. They start with 3. Each cube is +1. They have 4 eggs in the wetlands. We have 1. It's not looking good, folks. It is not looking good. We really need food. I mean, we've got to play lesser frigate bird, right? We've already got 2 predators out. Predators are... We will keep an eye out for predators. We could draw some new cards. We could take some more food. Get that frigate bird down. I'm not happy with the state of the bird feeder. It's got 2 rats, a worm, wheat, and a fish. I didn't take a picture of the kiwi, sadly. Yeah, that's fine. I'll probably Google it after this to see what that kiwi's all about. I mean, if they taste like kiwi, we're going to New Zealand. And we're going to shoot as many of them as we can now. I think they're already pretty extinct. They're definitely endangered because they have that when played ability to draw bonus cards. Any bird that has that when played draw bonus cards ability is an endangered species. So let's take food. I know it's probably a big mistake, but we're gonna take fishworm. So we take fishworm. We gamble again. We pull our first card. 29 centimeters. Do we go? Do we not go? I think we go here. Only ones that live in the wild are living on Stewart Island. Oh, so they are definitely protected. That's cool. We go here at 29, right? So we flip. And we get trumpeter swan, dude. What? 203 puts us right out. How's that Eurasian eagle owl working for me, huh? No good. Fucking hopeless diplodocus. I swear you get lucky. You get lucky with your gambles, don't you? I don't. We flip. We have discard all 3 cards from the tray. Get a face down card for 5. There goes the kiwi. You were afraid of the swan? You called the swan. Alright, we get a 5-point discard. We refill the tray. 3 new birds coming out. This is what I'm most wondering. Push your luck, huh? You always push, huh? See, I push, but I never get points. I've already pushed twice on the Brahiminy Kite, and it has Burned me, bro. Burned me. Short-toed tree creeper. We don't even know what that does. It seems kind of crazy. Eurasian. It's the European expansion, I guess. Discard an egg from any bird. If you do, play another bird in your forest. Pay its normal food and egg cost. Could be huge. White-throated kingfisher when activated. That's going to give us another cache at the end of each round. And then blackneck stilt is a food web expert bird, a bird that the Automa would be taking from the tray for 4 instead of 5. So maybe we leave that there. I think what we do is lay eggs here. So we lay 2. We'll put 1 on the carrion crow, 1 on the Brahminy kite, right? So we can max that out. We get 1 on the carrion crow. We activate our robin. Now let's tuck this little pied cormorant here. This has a game end ability to lay an egg on each of your birds with a platform nest, including this one. We are at 3 right now, so that could actually be good. We're going to hold on to that. We tuck Say's Phoebe. We pick up white-throated kingfisher. Okay. Refill the tray. Black crowned night heron 9-point bird comes out. Unrealistic. Okay. They get 2 eggs. They lose and cube towards the end of round goal. We love to see that. That comes off. We don't like giving them eggs, though. I usually do piles of 3, so we'll do this. Okay. We've got 3 actions left in this round. We could take food and gamble. I do like that the feeder is rerollable. I recently played a game of Wingspan, and I think I ended up with 21 tucked cards. That was a crazy game. 21 tucked cards is very good. It's nothing to be... yeah, that's definitely a lot of tucked cards. I think we got 14 last game. My most is 70. 70 plus. We've had over 70 for sure because we have the achievement in digital for getting 70 tucks. You have to have the craziest luck. You have to get the right birds. 70, yeah. 70 is the achievement if I'm not mistaken, right? Hopeless Diplodocus, help me out here. I don't have my phone. It is a lot. I thought 50 was a lot. I got 50 with Canada Goose, Chihuahua Raven, and a Mockingbird. So we were just repeating the Canada Goose. Yeah. Yeah, see if it's 70 or 50, if you don't mind. Thank you. I guess I could check it too. Also, I could be lying. I might not even have it. Imagine that. Oh, yeah, we got the achievement. For some reason, it takes forever to load. What are we doing here? We have to get food. We've got to play one of these birds before the end of the round so we can get more eggs in that wetlands, right? So let's take 2 food here. 70 tucked birds. Achievement is full tuck, yes. So I do think we have that. I'm going to show it here on stream. So we do have full tuck. Only 2% of players have earned this achievement. We achieved it on February 24th, 2023. Okay, let's re-roll the feeder while we can. We got to get some nectar. So we get 2 nectar. Imagine doing that on physical though. Tucking 70 cards, dude. Like, what do you have, piles down here? I thought 50 was insane. We gain 2 nectar. Let's gamble. We flip here. 201 in the Golden Eagle. As you can see, My luck is not as good as yours. Stack would topple over. I know. I can't even put... This is technically all expansions mixed in, right? But I can't actually put all the birds on the table because it stacks to the roof. That's a lie, but it's pretty high. It's like this high. It's insane. So we flip for Automa here. They discard the tray and gain a face down card for 5 points. Kind of bullshit. They also gain a cube towards the end of round goal, so they just got another egg. Refilling the tray, we've got American Woodcock's a good 9-pointer. Did you get the new fan packs? No, I have not picked up the new fan packs. I saw Will or Flan or whatever his name is, the Wingin' It Wingspan guy, has made his own packs. That's awesome to hear. I think I will pick those up, though, at some point. We always love to see the new birds. Are you talking about in digital, too, or in physical? It's always my question is, do you want an actual copy of the cards or do you want a digital one? Screech Owl's good for us. What are we doing here? We play White-Throated. We draw cards, right? We have to lay eggs. We play White-Throated, we lay eggs, I think is the move. And maybe we can pick up Woodcock. Oh, you got the IRL ones. That's the play then, for sure. You bought them at Spiel. Oh, man, I would love to go to Spiel. Spiel sounds cool. What does Spiel mean? It sounds like a German name for game. Let's discard this egg. Let's play White-Throated Kingfisher in the wetlands for 2 nectar. So we finally got some spent nectar in the wetlands. Let's flip a card for Automa. They're going to discard cherries, then wheat, then rat, then fish, then worm wheat. So that worm wheat comes out. They also get a cube, which we don't like to see. Spiel means game. That's so good. See, I called that. That's my native German coming out. Brettspiel board game. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Ich will? I can speak a little bit of German, but it's all curse words. I spent a month in Germany playing soccer. So we lay eggs here. And again, we come down to the point of discarding Little Pied Cormorant for an extra egg. We're not going to do it, though. We're going to hold on to it. It's proving to be a good bird. But we do want to get these in the wetlands, so we end up with 4 there. We tuck... We have to tuck Frigate Bird or Cormorant here. If we tuck a 9-pointer for a 9-pointer, is that okay? Or do we take Screech Owl? You speak German a bit also. I had a roommate in college that spoke fluent German, and he only ever taught me how to curse at people and stuff. But I'm Dutch. We learn like 4 languages in primary school. Yeah, I'm in America. We barely know how to speak our own language. It's kind of sad, actually. Yeah, this kind of sucks, honestly. We don't want to tuck Lesser Frigate Bird. We just don't. We only learn languages that are at secondary school in the UK. So I have heard Hopeless Diplodocus speak. She does have a really cool accent. She sounds like straight out of Game of Thrones. It's awesome. All right, so we tuck Lesser Frigate Bird. We pick up Eurasian Screech Owl. So I was going to trade a 9-pointer for a 9-pointer, but we're going to take this for the extra cash. That leaves us with your Eastern Screech Owl and Little Pied Cormorant. That was our last turn. This game is not going well, if I'm honest. But it is what it is. Let's flip another one. They lay 2 eggs and lose a cube. That's big. UK English is posh English. I have heard that term before, posh. I have no clue what it means. But if posh is what the Diplodocus over there, that dinosaur speaks, it sounds good. I wish I could talk like that. Yeah, all those British accents are fancy as hell. Southern English. You don't want to hear Southern English in America. They talk like this. Double posh. Okay, so 2 eggs. That's the end of round 2. It's not looking good. We do have 4 eggs in the wetlands, though. Let's adjust the spent nectar for the Automa real quick. We're going to go 1. We're going to go 2. Okay, they're going to gain 1 in the forest, 1 in the grasslands, lose 1 in the wetlands. So boom, and then boom. And we're done with that. So that's good. Remove after round 2 card comes out. Flip the round tracker to round 3. We score the end of round goal. Am I missing anything? Nobody would know, right? Or care? Probably. Let's flip, shuffle, and move along. This is a extra long stream. UK also has Welsh. You guys are chatting about stuff. That's my best British accent right there. You've never heard a better one. Okay. So let's see, for round 2, eggs in the wetlands. They start with 3, they get 1. So that's 4. We also have 4, so we tie again. Another tie. I swear, it sounds like that's all I could think about is Game of Thrones. Probably because I've been watching Game of Thrones. But they all talk like that, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? All right. We'll reset the tray. Got some new burbs coming out. Tweet, tweet. You sound a bit like British. You're lucky, man. I'm telling you, those British accents are smooth. I probably sound like a child. Like an excited child. To you guys. And here. Probably to anyone. I mean, let's be real. So, we always go first. This one's white, no-powered birds. Oh, we haven't been doing our round end of power, have we? So we get 3 there. That's actually good. 3 cash. I'll take 3 cash. Imagine me doing the rest of this stream in my my best British accent. We'd probably get kicked off. Kind of want to take food here. It did say, oh, it was actually good. See, that's what I'm saying. Best you've ever heard. You heard it here first. So we roll the feeder. It had 2 worms in it. We're going to take nectar, rat. We get nectar, rat. We're doing the Eurasian eagle owl again. Needs some work. Coming from Cersei Lannister. 78 centimeters. We tuck that. We tuck that and we stop. I'm learning how to gamble. We flip for Automa. They get cherry fish rat. Rat comes out. No pink powers. We play Eurasian screech owl in the forest. Come on, guys. We're doing decent here. We pay the rat. We spend an egg. We've played a bird. We flip for Automa. They lay 3 eggs and lose a cube that they do not own. 3 eggs in round 3. We are already in round 3, and there's no way we can win this. We haven't strategized. We haven't gotten good birds. So what goes on now? Oh, do we want to try to get at least one white power? If so, we draw cards now and tuck and pick up what we don't get. We could take Tufted Titmouse. Tufted, how do you say it? Tufted? How do you say that? Tufted. We will flip the table. We might do a table flip. If we lose 2 games to the Automa, we definitely flip the table. Tufted Titmouse. And why do they put tit in the name like that's normal? I've had a blue tit. I've had a blue tit in my house. Move the candle first. No, the candle needs to be part of it. Like, I flip the table and then everything catches fire. Right? Just, and then just behind me, the fire. Come on. What are we gonna do? Should we take Tufted Titmouse? You said you had a blue tit. You had a blue tit in your house twice over the last 2 weeks. That's actually cool. So, okay, that is it. It looks like a North America bird, but I guess that would technically be UK, right? It got in through the window. You just have birds flying around. That's so... You should be streaming Wingspan then. Just imagine just a fucking bird goes by me. Like, oh, look, a titmouse. It's a cheap forest bird. It is a cheap forest bird, and it gives us a white power for the end of round goal. It's definitely good luck. If the bird shits on you, it's extra good luck. I've heard. Let's draw some bird cards. We're gonna take Tufted Titmouse, right? Because we need to qualify for this end of round goal. I am not gonna lose. We take Tufted Titmouse. We spend an egg, so we get 2 more birds. Let's take 1. Oh, we get Great Egret. That's actually huge. And then if we take Maned Duck, we could have a crazy tuck. You might see a crazy tuck here. Choose any 1 die. Roll it up to 3 times. If you roll at least a worm, we are going to gamble this. We'll choose the 3 that are outside the feeder. Now watch how bad this is. Ready? Okay, we have a worm and a fish, so we cash a worm. 3 times, so we have 2 left. Thank God we got a fish. Do we stop? We do stop. We stop there. I've learned my lesson. You take 2 points. You definitely take 2 points. Let's refill this. Yeah, good call. Good call. Wim the webmaster knows what he's doing, I'm telling you. We do Brahimini Kite here. I shouldn't have refilled that yet, by the way, but we're just keeping pace. So we do this again. We roll. We're looking for fish rat this time. We get fish rat. We stop. I've learned my lesson on the Brahimini Kite. That's a lot of cash. We stop again. That's good. That's good stuff. We love to see it. All right, that's our 3rd action. We flip for Automa. They play birds again. Again, no birds in the tray, so they get a face down 5er and a cube. Okay, that gives them a white power no bird. White no power bird. So we're looking at round 3. Round 3, white no power birds. They're starting with 1, so that cube means +1. reported. Oh, to the yeah, that's super annoying. I actually get that a lot. So yeah, we end up getting great egret, which is big, and main duck. I want to do great egret into main duck, but we need 1 egg, so we would have to lay eggs once. We would have to gain food twice, so we couldn't do great egret. We can't do tufted titmouse because we don't have a second forest bird. Dude, this game is going so shit. How would I complain about this in British? It's bollocks. You can block most with a few well-chosen block words. Okay. I'm actually pretty new to the Twitch scene, if you know what I'm saying. I really don't know how to mess around with any of this stuff at all. I usually just come in here and stream Wingspan alone and talk to myself. But I will definitely try that. Best viewers, streamboo.com. So streamboo, we could block that. We could block best viewers. Is what you're saying. Should we take food again? It is re-rollable. If we take food again, so we take food, we lay eggs, we could double play. If we get 2 nectar, no, see, we need 5 food. We take food, we discard. We don't have the turns, but we're getting huge points from our carrion crow, I'm telling you. We can try to go double play. We have to, right? There's not many options left. It might mean getting rid of tufted titmouse. So let's re-roll the feeder first. Let's see. I've been a mod on a Twitch channel. It's always fun to fight bots. Oh, really? That sounds interesting. Twitch channels have mods like you go in and moderate the channel and stuff. That's cool. I don't really know anything about it, but that sounds like it would be pretty cool. Let's roll these 5, yeah? So you know what's going on then. Alright, this is what I'm talking about here. We can discard a card to get 3 food. We got a good situation on that feeder. We discard tufted titmouse, right? We're still not going to have the turns though, because we have to lay eggs, yeah? Right now, yeah, we're 1 food away. Fuck. Dude, we're so cooked this game. I'm telling you. Oh my god, this sucks. We take 2 nectar. We could just play Great Egret on its own. We discard tufted titmouse. We take fish, nectar. Still not enough. Dude, it's sad. Oh my god, we are 1 food away from... I mean, I'm doing the math right? We need 5 food. We have 3 nectar and a fish. We need 1 more. And we don't have the turns to do it. Alright, we roll all the dice outside the feeder. We look for a rat. We don't get it. Okay. We activate the eagle owl. We flip. 50 centimeters. 50 centimeters. We keep. We tuck. We keep going. Thoughts on that? I think we tuck it. You want to go? He wants to go. $24, so we're at 74. No swan, that's what I'm talking about. Good call, Wim the webmaster. He nets us 2 points there. All right, we flip. They're discarding the tray and losing a cube. That's big for us. They get a face down 5er. Northern Mockingbird comes out. Green Bee Eater comes out. Green Heron comes out. That is the state of the bird tray. We have Northern Mockingbird. So Northern Mockingbirds are a repeat of Brown Power in that habitat. And that is how I tucked 50 cards with the Canada Goose, Chihuahua and Raven, and the Mockingbird. We were repeating the Raven to repeat the Goose to repeat the Raven to repeat the Goose. Goose tucks 2 cards from the deck behind this bird for a wheat. All right, we've got 2 turns left. We really wish we had 3. If we take food, we are an egg shy. We would need to somehow receive a food from someone, and there isn't that someone, so we could just go main duck and ignore the end of round goal. Unfortunately, it costs 3 eggs to double play here, because if Great Egret doesn't give you that ignore one of the egg costs. Oh my god. Such a shame. Dude, what the heck? I feel like I've had horrible luck with this. I don't know. I mean, we're just stuck. There's nothing we can do. Main duck's big. It's tuck up to 3 cards from your hand behind this bird. If you tug at least 1, you gain a wheat. Damn, man. We play main duck. We lay eggs. We discard our last nectar. I mean, that's the only valid play at this point, right? We play main duck for 2 nectar in the wetlands. So it costs, we spend 2 nectar in the wetlands. We spend an egg. Main duck is down. We flip for Automa. It really is a harsh game, I'm not going to lie. Green Bee Eater is huge for... That actually helps us. Green Bee Eater is a food web expert bird, so it's a bird that only eats worms. So Automa takes that face up for 4 points. That is their first face up card. The rest have been face down 5 pointers. They also gain a cube towards the end of round goal, so we are no longer competing for that end of round goal. We have decided it's not possible. So we refill the tray. We lay eggs. We're laying 3. We're discarding a nectar in the grasslands to lay 3 eggs. No more egg end of round goals, so we just place randomly and spread them out. Again, we get to the point where we want to tuck and draw. We're tucking Little Pied Cormorant because I'm tired of looking at it. We could take Green Heron. Green Heron's good. Mockingbird's also good. We could repeat our main duck to tuck 1 extra card. Green Heron gives us food. It's end of round 3. I think we take Mockingbird. Take Mockingbird, right? Yeah, we take Mockingbird. We have Mockingbird, Egret here and here. All right, we flip. We flip for Automa's final turn. They play a bird again. So Vo Swift goes in, face up. That actually is helpful for us because it's a 2-point bird instead of a 5-pointer. And then they win the end of round goal clearly. We don't even qualify. We get 0 points. Unfortunate as hell. We had just spent nectar. They lose 1, gain 2, and gain 1. So they lose 1 in the forest. Gain 2 in the grasslands and gain 1 in the wetlands. We remove this round 3 card, flip the round tracker to round 4. Shuffle Automa deck. Discard, refill the tray, return action cubes to the respective players. And we're almost done with this game, folks. This has been a long one. This is our second game of Wingspan today. Black Skimmer comes out. That's another... Oh, we have mass amounts of predatory birds coming out. We do our end of round ability, which is huge for us. Carrion Crow's been coming in hot. I mean, I'm talking 1, 2, 3, 4 cash. We love 4 cash. Puts us on 7 cash. Plus our other gambling cash, you know what I'm saying? All right, we get the cubes back. We always go first against Automa. We can draw cards, but it would be our very last time drawing cards. Is it even worth it? I think it is. I think it's worth it to draw cards here because if we don't do that, we're going to spend all of our turns gaining food to do double play Egret Mockingbird, which is fucking dumb if you ask me, because we're only going to be like, what are we going to have? 3 turns of, maybe 1 turn of draw 3, tuck 3, get a wheat. So like, we just don't care. We might do this 1 time now. So I think that's the play. We draw cards first. State of the board. We draw 2 cards. We discard an egg from the duck to draw a 3rd, right? We take red-tailed hawk. We take black skimmer. Those are 2 predators. And I'm forgetting my bonus card. We get a 3rd card from the deck. Oh my god, and it's Greater Roadrunner. The predators are insane. It's a shame it's this late in the game. So we have to tuck Egret, Mockingbird, probably Greater Roadrunner. No, we tuck Skimmer. We get a wheat. So we tuck 3, we gain a wheat. Choose any 1 die. Roll it up to 3 times. I think I messed that up before. I was rolling multiple dice. We'll take the fish. We'll take the worm. Do we roll again? Do we stop? We stop. We choose any 3 dice. We get a rat. We stop. We refill the tray. Wilson Snipe comes out. Great bird. 5 points for 1 food is... You can't argue with that. We flip for Automa. 3 eggs. Action cube towards the end of round goal. Round 4, we have birds worth less than or equal to 3 points. They start with 2. The cube gives them 3. We have 4. We're doing decent on the last end of round goal. We need that big. We have Roadrunner, Red-tailed Hawk. No food. Well, we do have food. We have fish. How do we get fish? Fish wheat. Oh, we were going to play Greater Egret. Oh my god. Look at the state of the feeder, too. Just super unlucky, dude. We take food. This is not a good... This is one of my worst games. We take worm. We get a 2nd food. We re-roll the feeder. Come on, we need a nectar. We get a nectar. We roll 1 dice outside the feeder. We need a rat. We don't get it. Up to 3 times. We draw cards from the deck. Let's go. 80 centimeters. We stop. We flip for Automa. They wipe the tray. Face down 5 points. Refill. Rook comes out. Morning Dove comes out. Red-capped Robin comes out. What was the game plan here? We could get Roadrunner down. That's big for us, right? 7 points. We'll take it. It's another cash. Gonna cost us an egg. A nectar. A worm. And a wheat. Roadrunner goes down. It's 7 points plus a cash. We played a bird. We flip for Automa. They play a bird. Again, they get red-capped Robin for 2. That's actually good for us. We refill. They lose a cube on the end of round goal. That's also good for us. We have 2 actions left. This is the end of the game, folks. I think we use these 2 actions. We could take food, play bird. No, we can't. We can't play another bird. I would have loved to play red. We can play red. We can take food, play bird. I think that's better than laying eggs twice. Because look, you only get 2, maybe 3, 4 points. So we take food, we play this for 5, right? It gives us another cash. That's actually 6. Minus the egg is 5. So we do food, right? We take nectar, rat. We roll dice outside the feeder again. Come on, man. We need 1 cash here. We actually get it. We actually get the cash. That's amazing. Okay, we're gambling one more time. Sulfur Sandy in the chat. What's going on? We have Black Drago, 27 centimeters. Do we continue? How you doing today, Sandy? 27 centimeters. We go. He says go. We pull 21. We're at 48. See, if it were me, I would cut here. Because you know we're going to pull a fucking big old... Go again, he says. Go again. All right, we flip again. 26. Good call. 20, 40, 60, 70 something, right? We're good. We get the full 3 tucks on Eurasian Eagle Owl, which we thought was impossible. It actually came through, huh? How about that? We didn't think it was possible. Okay, that's the end of that action. We have 1 turn left. The state of the board is not good. It doesn't look like we're going to win. They discard. They gain a face down 5-point card. We refill. And they gain an action cube. I think we have this end of round goal in the bag, though. We have Pheasant Cacao, Eurasian Hoopoe, and Eurasian Nutcracker. Bunch of Eurasian stuff. The Hoopoe looks like a wild bird, right? I mean, check this thing out. If I saw that, I wouldn't even know like what to do. I would think I saw a dinosaur. It looks like a pterodactyl or something. Pheasant Cacao is cool. Nice pink power. I'm doing fairly well. Got to spend time with a friend this morning. Got a message that suggests someone might be interested in commissioning something. That's good. That's really good to hear, Sandy. Happy for you. We've got food. We do nectar rat. We pay for red-tailed hawk with our last egg. Not our last egg, but we'll only have 1 egg. Oh, we could play this in any habitat. Does it matter what habitat? I think we do here. We pay 1 egg. We pay rat nectar. Gives us another spent nectar. We're not competing for spent nectar, though. That's our last turn. We take 1 more turn for the Automa. We flip. They play another bird. No birds in the tray. They get a face down 5-point card. That sucks. They get a cube on the end of round goal. That sucks. You're a musician, you make noise? That's awesome. I am, I don't have a musical bone in my body. Is what they say, right? That's it. That wraps up Wingspan Game 2. We flip one more time for Automa. We had just spent Nectar one last time, so we flip 1. We flip 2. They lose 1 in each habitat. You love to see that. You love to see it. And that's going to be a game. We get to do our round end ability one more time, and I want everyone just to see how good this actually is. Carrion Crow, a lot of people talk shit on this bird. It's a pretty good bird. We have choose any one player, including yourself, cash 1 rat from the supply on this bird for each predator that player has. So let's go ahead and count up our predators. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 caches. So we have a big old stack of cachers on there. We actually ran out of rats is how many cachers we got. Big time. That's what I'm saying. You can't see how big the stack is, but I promise it's big. Okay. We end there. I think that's everything. We added up. And I mean, we really are running out of spaces for score pad here. We have a couple hidden spaces here. We have a couple hidden spaces we can use there, but we're towards the end of the... We'll use this one. Let's score this up. So the first thing we do, we'll look at our board. We score the birds first, okay? So we get 5 here, and 6 is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And 7 is 22, right? 27, 31, 35. So pathetic. 35 points in birds is pathetic. Bonus cards, we get 0 because we did not hit Winter Feeder. It's one of the worst bonus cards in the game. Usually when I get it, I just forget about it 100%, like I did just now. We didn't score that last end of round goal, so we could do that. So they had 1 cube on birds worth less than or equal to 3 points. We're looking at round 4. Round 4, birds worth less than or equal to 4 points. They start with 2. They have 1 cube. That's 3. Our board has... Or sorry, it's less than or equal to... I'm holding the wrong one, aren't I? That's an Oceania expansion. Let's do this right. We don't want to give ourselves less than or equal to 3 points. Round 3 or round 4, they start with 3. Plus 1 is 4, so they have 4 birds less than or equal to 3 points. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we tie the end of round goal. I think we've tied a lot of the end of round goals. 3 out of the 4 we've tied. So if we're looking at the end of round goals for me, against the recommendation in the rules, I added all the solo compatible expansion contents for March of the Ants at once. It was quite fun. I haven't seen March of the Ants yet, but that does sound fun. Does it really say not to do that if it's that fun? Why wouldn't they add something like that? Do they really recommend in the rules not to add all the solo compatible expansion contents in? It sounds like something to just stop fun. Yo, Chur Game, what's going on, man? We're playing some Wingspan. This is actually our second game of Wingspan. We're just tallying it up, see how bad we did here. We probably lost both games to the Automa, which is sad, but we're getting back into the swing of it. So we have end of round goals. We tie, so we split the 7 here. I think we split the 7. So we get, it's rounded down, so we get 3 each. So I get 3, nothing. 2, that's 5. 6, 7. We get 7 points for end of round goals. We do total eggs on our board. We have a whopping 1 egg. Yeah, we're good. We're good, except we're losing today in Wingspan pretty bad, actually, to the Automa. The Automa is usually not hard to beat. It's I've got the proof that I've won a lot of games against the Automa, but today just seems to want revenge. It's also been a while since we've played Wingspan, so you add both and divide. That's what I thought too, but I thought you just split the first place points. You add both and divide. I do remember doing that. Okay, so then it would be same thing for round 1, 2 points. Plus 3 is 5. Plus 5 is 10, so we would get 10. Losing is an opportunity to learn how to win the next time. It's true. It's very true. So we would get 10 if we add them both and divide. We get 1 egg, 1 measly egg. This is where we got our points, though. They suggest adding it in the piece by piece. Even the full game recommends to add it all in over time. The main expansion is effectively compilation of the previous game's expansions, so it's got a bunch of modules to be added and removed at player's discretion. Okay. 10 for me and 16 for the Automa. Is that for the end of round goals? Nice. That's 1 less math I have to do. How about that? So we actually get a lot of points here for cash. We love it. The White Castle. Automa. What's the White Castle? You mean the Automa Bond Society card? We got a lot of cash tokens here. I'm ready to count these up. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 on the Carrion Crow. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 cash tokens. That is one thing we do love about the Asia expansion, is the ability to rack points up in cash tokens. We actually ran out of rat tokens there. That was impressive. What did I say? 20? Tucked cards. Got some tucked cards. We have 3 under the main duck. We have some under the robin too. You said we play with the White Castle Automa? Do we have any other tucks? We didn't end up getting any tucks, right? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 tucked cards. Not my best. Spent Nectar, I think we got absolutely destroyed here. So Spent Nectar for the Automa. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the wetlands. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we split first place. Yeah, we don't add them for majority, right? We each get 2. And then in the grasslands, we have 5 Sorry, I had audio problems. Did you play the Automa from White Castle before? It's very tough. I've never heard of the Automa from White Castle. Now you have piqued my interest. So we have 5 in the grasslands, and they have bigger stacks, so they just win. We get 2. They get 5. And then in the forest, we also lose again, so another 2 to their 5. So we can put that shit back, right? Okay, the last thing we got to add up is for the Automa. They're going to get 5 points for each face down card. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times 5. Does anyone know 12 times 5? 60. Face up cards, they have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then eggs, they have 3, 6, 9, 12. And we already established they got 12 there, so that's 24. 30, 40. That's 108. Okay, Automa has 108. Okay, so you said it is a strategic Euro-style board game about managing Japanese clans in the Himeji Castle. It is one of my favorite games. Oh, I understand now 100% what you're saying. I thought you were asking if I had played Wingspan White Castle Automa, because I'm an idiot. But I have seen the game White Castle, and you're saying that has an Automa. If it does, I have to get it, because I love games with Automa, because I mostly play solo, so. I think we have 87 total. Automa is the Italian word for automation or automaton. I don't know. Italy made it up, or Stonemaier Games made it up when they made viticulture. They made a automated opponent for solo players to play against in board games. So viticulture, which is back there somewhere. Yes, a bot for solo play. So it mimics a multiplayer game. So most Stonemaier games actually have an Automa built into them. So just listing them, it would be Viticulture, Wingspan, Tapestry, Scythe. Any others that I'm missing? Obviously, Finspan, Wormspan, any Stonemaier game's got Automa in it. And we love the Automa. The Automa mostly teaches me how to play. Yeah, Stonemaier Games invented the Automa. They took it from... It's actually a she. I don't know. It says it in there, in the rule book. I'm not going to get the rule book out, but... Pendulum 2, that is a Stonemaier game. I've heard they have an Automa. But never heard of I can't even pronounce that, bro. Tokaido Duo. That's the best I can do. The Automa on digital is a meanie. Are you losing to the Automa? Are you playing on the hardest difficulty and you're losing to the Automa just like me? Okay. Well, look. I just lost to the Automa twice today. We got 87 here. So 87 to 108 and 106 to 91. So I would say we're at about the same level of Wingspan. I think we should definitely do a one-on-one on stream. You let me know. I'm down. All about the burbs. I'm digging the Wingspan too, and the Stonemaier, all the Stonemaier games. I don't know what it is about Stonemaier. The fact that they have an Automa, I think, is why I like them so much. Takedo Duo was from another publisher. Stonemaier took. Oh, they took the license. Okay. So they're gonna put Automas in those games. That's cool. That sounds awesome. I love any game with the Automa, man. They do it. They do it really well. So we have behind me. It's probably really hard to see, but we just have Wormspan and Wingspan there. We also have the nesting box. I mean, we could get the nesting box out. This thing is huge. I mean, I can barely carry it. Thing's heavy as shit. So this giant box is actually supposed to unboxing video. This is actually supposed to hold all the future expansions. So you put your rule books and your boards up top, right? Then you've got a space for a bird, little roller, whatever, dice roller. Automa cards, bonus cards go over here, so they have like little dividers, which are awesome. Automa divider. And then the best thing about the nesting box is that they show future expansions. So for anyone who didn't know, Wingspan plans on making nesting box is supposed to include a standalone expansion, if I recall correctly. I think that's just Asia. So Asia, yes, Asia includes standalone. So that comes with flock mode, which is a 6 to 7 player expansion where you can have a 6 to 7 player Wingspan game going with 2 bird feeders and 2 trays, which is absurd, but you need 6 or 7 friends. My biggest problem. And then we have the future expansions are supposed to hold all of this content. So Antarctica, Central and South America, Africa is going to be an expansion, Antarctica, Central, South America. All of your promo cards, these are the ones that we have already. So North America, Oceania, Asia, and Europe. That reminds me that I backed a board game that's JPEN bilingual cool stuff. Japanese and English bilingual. That's awesome. I'm sure there's a lot of really good Japanese games out there that we can't play because we don't know Japanese. I say we, but I mean me. So that is the nesting box. I mean, this thing is huge. So I'm all in already, you know what I mean? You can't be any more all in than this. If you have the nesting box, you know, you're a true birder. Fucking thing is heavy, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, it's really cool. Holds all the bird stuff. We love it. This is the back of the Asia board. One thing I can show is the standalone version. So I can sort of show like what this comes with. So this is the flock mode board. So if you were to play with 6 or 7 people, they give you points for 4th, 5th place up to the 4th round. And then the other side has the duet board on it for the duet mode. So we love the duet board. It's awesome. Every time you play a bird, you place a duet token and you get an extra benefit. That is for one-on-one. You can play it against the Automa. It's a bit fiddly, but we've done it. I found a publishing house that aims to bring Japanese TTRPG games to the English-speaking market, and I think they recently started doing board games too. That sounds really good. Japanese TTRPG, so tabletop role-playing games. I would love a Japanese Gloomhaven. Who wouldn't? I know a streamer from the US that knows Japanese. It's amazing. He reads manga on stream. Is that any chance it's a WoW streamer? Is it what's his name? Showback. Probably not. But we know Showback, or know of Showback. I think he speaks Japanese. If not, he fakes it really well. We'll give him credit where credit's due, right? Kantar, okay. Yeah, nah. I was thinking of Showback. Found it while looking for Shin Megami Tensei table games. I can't even read Japanese. Look at me. That's what the board game I backed is on. He's a creative streamer. Nice. Kantar. We'll have to check him out. Yeah, speaking of creative streamers, who is out there? Let's check it out. Let's see who we can raid. Any suggestions? We're nearing the end of the stream here. We had 2 games of Wingspan. We lost both against the Automa. It's been real. This is a long one, folks. I mean, we're talking 3 hours and 30 minutes. I was not prepared for that. But yeah, no, thanks to everyone who stopped by. Everyone for hanging out in the stream, talking birds. We love that stuff. Who can we raid? Who can we raid? Come on, give me some names. Oh. Yeah, thanks. It's your game. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great rest of your day. We're looking for a board gamer here. No board gamers I'm following. Okay. Who, yeah, it's pretty dead. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I did want to say one more thing. We did get a raid from Paula Deming. And obviously I can't read good, and I kept saying Paul. I thought it was a guy. And I was like, you're the man. So yeah, big mistake there, but you know what I mean. It is what it is. We didn't know. It looks like I'm like not a lot of English speaking. Paula, yeah, Paula Deming. If you guys know, Paula Deming is the final girl. Is she the final girl? That would make sense because I was streaming Final Girl and she raided me. Bunch of people, and I was like, yo, what up, Paul, you're the man. Turns out it's a female. Whoops. You do? Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna raid somebody. She has an official Final Girl promo. Oh, we'll have to get that. We probably shouldn't, though. We choose Final Girls based on looks sometimes. It's pretty sad. So we probably shouldn't do that. Yeah, this was fun. I had a blast. Everyone, thanks for stopping by. The guest stars box, I'll definitely be looking into that for a Paula. Now that we know she's a she. Because I can't read. I just missed the A on the end of the... I was like, yo, Paul. Thanks, Paul. But no, thanks again for everyone stopping by. We're going to raid a random channel right now, so we will see how it goes. This is a Star Wars Unlimited game that's going on. These guys do this all the time. We love it. So we raid now. But bye everyone. Thank you. Yeah, everyone have a great rest of your day. I'm not even sure how this works. Are we supposed to hang out? See, this would be cool if we could stream together right now. Because I would love to cook one of these old folks in Star Wars Unlimited. You know what I'm saying? We haven't built any decks. We don't know how to play. So it's unrealistic, but Star Wars Unlimited looks so fun. I have so many packs to open. I haven't opened yet. We got booster packs. One of each. I might do some openings. Videos on YouTube. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, everyone have a great rest of your day. We're going to end it there.